Flick, blow. I don't know how loud that's going to be. Hopefully it's not going to hurt your balls.
No, it's pretty grown. Welcome to the show. This is my show. Thanks for tuning in. Here it comes again.
This is my show. The drum loop, dude. Yeah. Which one are you?
The bean? Number two.
You are number 2.
Hi, I'm Dick, yeah.
Okay, welcome everyone. I have Bryce Butler, aka Dr. Fast Feet, Bryce Blaster, Silly Manilli, Beans McGee. How the heck are you, Bryce?
I'm so good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm well. I can tell this is going to be a fun episode.
I know. My laugh already made it peak again, I think. When
man.
I bust into the beans, dude.
Yeah, you're number 10.
As close as I can get to any
that's what
metal
I was,
vocals.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at was before I hit record, we were talking about, I don't know, gross voices. So I was doing I was thinking of a promo. Saturday night. But it has to be more gargly. Saturday night.
It sounds scary.
Okay. So it's wonderful to have you here in my gigantic and very professional studio.
It's cute. I like it.
All right. I just want to throw out really quick. I did not listen to that podcast with Jonathan that you did earlier this week.
Okay.
I wanted to watch, but I didn't want anything to influence my questions or
That's cool.
subject matter. So if you've already answered something recently in detail, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I don't be caring.
And also, I wanted to mention, since you've already heard, I love your wonderful accents and voices, and
Thank you.
I think there might be a lot of that in here.
I'm so down. I'm so down to do that.
So you might find me mirror that too, because it is fun. All right, Bryce, what is your age, and what do you currently do for a living?
Oh, that's cool. I'm 27, and I am a professional drummer, which is weird as fuck to be able to say that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Pro drums.
Yeah.
Drum pro.
Yeah. Drum pro. Semi-pro.
So you've played drums since 1904, but weren't you involved in sports also in your childhood?
Yeah, I was super into football and baseball pretty much until high school. I wasn't allowed to play football until middle school because I was so small. So I only played for 3 years. In my third year, my freshman year of high school, I shattered my wrist.
Really?
Yeah. And that's right. And so I was 15, and that's when I got actually serious about drumming. That's when I realized that you could be a drummer as a job. Yeah. And I was like, oh shit. And as soon as I realized that, I broke my fucking arm. And I was like, well, this is stupid. And I was like, dude. And then after that, I was just literally since that day, I'm like, oh, sports are stupid now. This is stupid.
Sports, they break your bones.
Yeah, I was like, this is dumb. Sports break your bones. This is stupid. It's so dumb.
That sucks.
Yeah.
How long was the recovery on that?
9 months.
Ugh.
So I literally just played drums with one-handed for 9 months. It was in a cast.
Do you feel anything now at all from that?
No, because it wasn't. Thankfully, I was never good at sports, really.
Okay.
So I wasn't doing anything crazy. I just got knocked over. I was 5 feet. When I was 15, I was 5 feet tall.
Yeah.
So I got knocked over by a kid who was already ironically, his name was Emeka Okafor.
Emeka Okafor?
Just the already famous. It's a different guy, but yeah, there's a famous basketball player. He has the same name. Okay. But in ninth grade, he was already 6'5" or something, and I was 5 feet tall. And he basically just breathed on me. Yeah. And I fell over and broke my arm.
That's terrible.
Yeah, it was so stupid.
Yeah, he probably wasn't even trying to get you. He
Not
just
at all.
Bumped into you.
He was a total sweetheart. And he felt so bad about it, but yeah, it was I think he was just like, "Oh, move out of the way," and I was like, "Oh!" He like flung me, and I landed on my beans.
Yeah.
It's so stupid, dude.
You gotta watch your beans.
God, I know. But yeah, literally since that day, I'm like, sports are stupid. Music only. So it's so weird.
So did you get anything or learn anything from sports that helps training or endurance or anything along those lines that help now with drumming? Or
I don't think at all.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think not at all.
Just curious. I don't know if there was,
Well, because I'm not gonna lie, like because I wasn't good, I never really tried that hard because I didn't care.
So there wasn't
that much.
there wasn't a lot of passion there.
Yeah. So I just did it. I basically did it because my dad wanted me to do it. My dad like loved sports and he was good at sports when he was young. So he wanted, and I mean I did like them, but once I started to play them in school and shit, I was like, this is like kind of not fun anymore,
Yeah.
People were like yelling at me and shit. I was like, this kind of sucks.
Oh yeah.
You know? I was like, this is it.
Pick up the pace, Butler!
Yeah, it's like, this isn't me in my backyard doing whatever I want. This is stupid.
Yeah.
It's like,
this isn't fun anymore.
Yeah, dude. So yeah, since then I was like, you know what? No.
Oh well.
But yeah, I probably didn't learn.
That's good. Yeah, because you didn't hurt yourself any further, I guess. So
no,
could have been worse.
Yeah.
Might have broken your leg or something.
Well, I actually did break the same fucking wrist. I fractured it again 2 years later in a little car wreck.
Dang it.
And that was right before I tried out for Lizard Professor. Like literally like 2 weeks before I was supposed to try out. I had already talked to them. We were supposed to meet up. And then I break my wrist and then they were like, "So you still coming for that tryout?" And I was like, yeah, but I broke my wrist."
Funny story.
Yeah. So the first time I hung out with them, we just hung out, and I couldn't do anything. And then my first tryout, I literally tried out with a cast on.
That's awesome.
I was like, "Yo, please don't judge me based on this." But I was like, "I'm here, though."
That's really cool that you at least got to show up, so it's not like a bullshit thing. You know, making up excuses like, "Yeah, maybe next time my tummy hurts," or
yeah. Well, that's because this is the only shit that I do care about. Yeah. So I was like, "There's nothing that was gonna stop me." I think.
That's awesome.
Yeah, dude.
You're a freaking powerhouse. What did you do any other extracurricular activities or anything growing up?
I just played a lot of video games. That doesn't really count.
That's okay.
But yeah, I would just like played sports a little bit and then did that and then just played drums.
Yeah,
pretty much.
So mostly drums.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna stick with your childhood for a second.
Okay.
Did you ever deal with any sort of bullying in school?
Oh, man, yeah.
Whether it be you or seeing someone get bullied or being the one doing the bullying?
That's good. That's a good question. No, I got bullied like most of my life, probably like pretty much all the way up until like junior, senior year of high school, like pretty consistently.
Really?
Yeah. Not like super bad, not like I ever
just maybe continuous.
Yeah, it was like verbal though. I never got like, I mean, thankfully
that's good.
I never got like the shit beat out of me, thankfully, which was good.
I say that's good. I mean yeah. It's good.
It's the best,
but it's still sucks.
But yeah, it wasn't cool.
Has
the thing that sucked about it the most is like my mom is like a total sweetheart, and I love my dad, but like my dad was a bully growing up, and he didn't like know it, but he was from the stories that he would tell me.
Right.
He was definitely a bully growing up.
Oh, I thought you meant to you.
No. No, like when he was in school.
Sorry.
Oh, no, you're good. I gotta put this back on the beans.
Sorry.
When he was growing up and when he was in school, he kind of a bully to other kids.
Not so nice.
So he didn't really. I think he thought that was normal, and so if I would come home and like complain, he would think that wasn't even a big deal. He would just be like, "Oh, they're just messing with you," and like just always brush it off.
Yeah, and I get it. I mean, I'm 10 years older than you are, and I had my feet in that era somewhat growing up, so I get it. I understand that's being in the construction side of things. I work around older people. I remember what a lot of older people have said, in the past 10 or 15 years, and it makes sense. I can totally see that mentality, and it's just different times. It's a completely different time.
Exactly.
Which
sucks, but I mean, yeah, as a kid, you want and like need someone to be there to listen.
Sure. Yeah.
Or like help.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Not just say to brush it off.
Yeah.
Or, you know.
And so I tried to like just brush it off and just like bottle it up, basically, because I'm not like an aggressive person, obviously, like at all. So even when I was like fed up, I never like had the balls or like.
You're not going to start a fight.
I just didn't care enough, or I was just like, I'll just take it, just be like, oh well, this sucks, but it'll be over. You know what I mean? And then the only reason I didn't like go crazy as a kid, I'm sure, was because I played drums. And so I would come home and like outlet. At least. And that's like the best instrument for that shit, dude.
Yes.
You can literally physically. I mean, it sounds crazy, but like I would like come home and like scream while I fucking hit my drum just to let it out, because I couldn't. I didn't want to. I was trying to be respectful. I didn't want to like get in trouble or get my parents in trouble. Yeah. But so I just did that, and it worked, and it was sick.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, I get the mentality of. I think it's kind of necessary in some situations, just to have a life experience where it builds a little bit of a scab or a scar, and that, or I don't want to say a scar. That's too deep. It's a scar.
Yeah, but
I'm thinking more of a callus, forming a callus. That way it's like building a little bit of an armor. You realize too that I'm resilient. I can get through stuff. It's just not going to kill me.
Yeah, exactly. It did take me like all those years to realize it, but like by the end of like sophomore, junior year of high school, I started to like pay attention to that, and then I slowly stopped getting bullied, and like the only time I really had friends, I only had like 3 or 4 real friends, pretty much like through the end of middle school and like high school, and that was it. Yeah. Other than that, it was pretty much just like getting bullied here and there, you know what I mean? Right. Not even like in a crazy way, but just like a lot of like manipulation and shit.
Taken advantage of?
Yeah. And just, I don't know, shitty stuff. Like they would say, here's one that's like kind of weird and shitty. But like from elementary school, there was this girl I had a crush on one time, and there was this kid that like was popular that I wanted to be like him because he was like popular, it's like typical shit. Yeah. And I like wanted to be his friend really bad, and he like got me to he acted like he was my friend for like a while, and then he talked to that girl and like convinced her to like play a joke on me and act like she was interested in me as a prank. And so like she was like flirting and shit, and then I like went to ask her out, and then she was like, oh, and she was like going along with it for a while, and then she was like, oh well, like I'm sorry, but this was like actually a prank, and then told me that he told her to do it. And then just shit like that just like makes you not really care about anything anymore.
Yeah, makes you not want to trust people.
Yeah, and that sucks to happen like that early. But not to rant, back to what I was saying, the only way I figured out how to deal with that basically was just as like comedy, as a defense mechanism. Yeah, but it worked. Yeah, like if you start making,
usually does.
If you, it's still fucking weird. Like now that I think about it, still I'm like that. Why does that work? But once you start making fun of yourself, if you start roasting yourself worse than they do, they're like, well, shit. What do I say?
It's like what do I do? It's like beating yourself up in front of somebody.
Yeah, it's
like,
weird.
Like you want to get in a fight with somebody, and then you're just kicking your own ass in front of them. Then I don't need to fight you. You're kicking your own ass.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So you don't need to waste your time on it.
Yeah, it's fucking weird. But I finally started to figure that out, and that's when I started to make some friends, was when I was like started to be funnier, and I wasn't like as quiet all the time or like as weird all the time, and I tried to be like more social, and I tried to be like the class clown and be funnier and shit, and it was cool because like I had some friends, but still overall it was sad that it took that long for me to feel like, or even feel close to like fitting in, you know what I mean? It took like 11 years of school or something, you know? Man. That's stupid.
It is stupid.
School's stupid.
School's stupid.
School's so stupid.
Bunch of stupid kids. Yeah. I remember a couple of bully moments, but nothing that really stands out. Just typical stupid shit. I don't think I got it near as much as.
Well, it's sad because anytime I say stuff like that, I always want to like keep in mind there's countless people that have gone through so much worse. So I'm like,
Shit,
I don't want
yeah,
to I feel bad like even
I never got
complaining.
I never got dunked in a toilet or anything.
Yeah, exactly. Like kids that like
or
actually
like a
got
true
like
prank, like putting shit in your
I have
locker.
friends
kind of
like
prank.
even like sick drummer friends that like some of the best, like one of the best drummers I know. Shit, there's people that like actually bullied so hard, like they got beat up by like like typical shit. Like they got beat up by a bully like from a movie and shit. That's so shitty, dude.
Yeah, and usually and for what?
Yeah,
what?
It's never anything. It's usually because the kid is just like insecure himself, which is always what it is.
Yeah, because you got to prove something, right? You got to prove something to everybody else to.
It makes no sense.
Show that you're the shit.
Yeah, it's so stupid. But I mean, it's not to like say that obviously verbal abuse is also very shitty too. But I always feel bad. I don't want to like come across. Wow, that was weird. I don't want to come across as like super complaining or acting like I had it so bad because obviously I know it could have been way worse.
Yeah.
But
has anyone that you've known in the past like come out and apologize for anything, or was there anything that was worth an apology?
From school like that, no. Which is fine. I mean, it's the reason I don't care is because we were kids, dude.
Yeah.
And like now I'm thinking about that and I'm like,
it's not something you want to hold a grudge on.
None of us knew what I mean, we still don't know what the fuck's going on. None of us have any idea.
Yeah, 5 years ago.
Yeah. So it's like, dude, when we're like 11, 8, 11, like 13, dude, it's like, you don't know what the fuck is happening.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what, dude, it's fine. As long as all that I care about is that they learned from it.
Sure.
Hopefully they grew up and they're not still doing that and that they're happy. That's all I care about.
Yeah.
It's just wasted energy, dude. Why would you spend time and thought? You know what I mean? Like something, you know what I mean? It's
I feel like it takes a lot of energy to be angry, but at the same time, I feel like it doesn't at all. It's just so easy to be angry, it's easy. It's easy to hang on to anger. Is what it is.
I think that's what makes it dangerous.
Yeah.
Is it's eating away at you, and you like almost can't even feel it, which is fucked.
Did you hear that elephant?
God of hell, dude.
Did you ever get grounded from your drums?
What do you mean?
Like grounded by a parent?
Oh my god, yeah.
Okay.
Because my parents knew that was the only thing that I cared about. So they would, because I was stupid. I was a dumb little kid. So if I did anything, they'd be like, oh, you can't play your drums tomorrow.
So it was frequent.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was fairly frequent. Yeah, it was.
You better straighten up, young man.
For real, because they knew like that was like everything to me.
Yeah.
Even as a kid, because I started playing when I was 3, but I didn't know you could do it as a job until I was 15. So I just did it because I didn't know what I was doing. I just played because I loved it.
Yeah.
And so they knew if they were going to take anything from me, that was going to be it. So it's pretty funny.
That's crazy.
Well, up until, because I wasn't allowed to have a video game system until I was like
24.
14 or 13 or 14.
What did you get?
So I got Xbox. Wow. Yeah. I kind of, if I could have something now, I'd probably choose like a PlayStation.
Yeah.
Because it all looks cool.
I just
don't have time to do it.
Yeah.
But
it sucks, dude.
I know.
I don't play it like hardly at all. So when I do get on, man, everything's out of date and it has to update, and
that's what I'm worried about.
Dude, I've got 20 minutes to play. But it's going to take an hour to download. What
you
is
spend
this?
the whole time, just getting it up to date.
Freaking crap.
That's exactly why I'm worried, and like I'm probably not going to get one. Is just because it's like, well, dude, when I do get a chance, it's going to be so scarce. It's like there's almost no point. You know?
I feel like I know that I'm wasting my time.
That's why I don't think I can get one.
I'm not dissing anybody that plays games.
No, me either.
I would love to do that. I know I have so much more that I need to be doing.
That's my
so
goal.
I feel like I'm being wasteful.
That. Yeah. I literally can't even play. It's so hard for me to even watch a movie, dude.
Yeah.
Like to get through a whole movie just because it's usually like 30 minutes. It's like usually my body's cut off, and after 30 minutes, something clicks in me, and it's like you have this album due, and this album due, and this album due, and you have to learn these songs, and I'm like, well, oh fuck, you're right, and I'm like, what am I doing?
Turn it off.
What am I doing, you idiot? And then I feel bad, but it's like I want to find balance, and it's basically like I almost can't relax for like more than 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's not good.
It's not good, but it's you got discipline.
I think I've just learned video games just aren't for me anymore. I had back to what we were talking about. I wasn't allowed to get a system until like 14. So once I got it for like the next like 2 years or something, that's like when I got home. I still played drums, but I had to stop playing at like 9 o'clock at night. So from like 9:30 until like 4 in the morning, I would play video games for like 2 years. And I think that what I did is I just burned myself out on it.
Yeah.
And
I could see that.
And I just realized like Red Dead Redemption, that's one of my favorite games of all time. That's probably one of the few games I could like play and like not feel bad. But over time, I think I just felt like it felt weird not having anything to show for it, I guess.
Yeah, I could see that.
You know? And like numbers on a TV didn't mean anything to me.
Yeah.
So I was just like, okay, well, damn, I should probably... Drumming was cool, and things were starting to slowly... I started touring at like 16, so things were like starting to slowly happen, and I was like, damn, I'm just kind of like slowly fell out of it.
Yeah.
But I am kind of jealous of people that have so much fun gaming and shit, you know? Because I'm like, God damn it, dude.
I don't play with like other people. I usually just play solo games and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I guess I think I suck all the time, and I just don't really want to jump in there and be like the one that just keeps having to get revived and whatever.
Yeah.
Like wasting everybody's time. Like, dude, fucking get it together. Go practice more.
Come on, dude, you suck at this. You're ruining it for everyone.
Yeah. Why did you just shoot me?
I'm like, dude, I thought you were the bad guy. I don't fucking know what's going on. Are you kidding me?
That's what the first time that I played Call of Duty on just someone else's system. I hadn't played video games at all. He said, just turn it on. And load it. It'll load to the the right story, and you just play. I said, okay. So I started to play, and dude, 30 times in a row, and I walk out 15 feet and dead. Okay, so I look for a place to hide. Okay, cool. The next one, I run behind that rock, dead. Run over to the other side behind that car, dead. Just over and over again. I was like, "What? This is the point, man. Is this on Unreal or
God mode?
Yeah.
God of Hell mode."
So speaking of games worth playing more, that's what I played was. God of War? What is it? I don't even know what the hell it is. But I played it a lot when that newer one came out. That was really cool. I liked that.
Yeah, that was a game I always wish I could have played because it did look badass.
It was pretty badass.
Father, son.
Yeah.
Cuteness.
Boy.
Killing shit, yeah.
Yeah, this kid was...
Boy. Yeah, it was funny as fuck.
Trying to think of something else that he would say.
He grew up. He was a badass by the end of it.
Your mother would be proud. Boy.
Oh, God.
Over here, boy. So I guess that was it on that little subject.
Yeah, we always go off.
Yeah, because my memory is terrible, and
me too. I'm like, that's another reason why I can't pay attention is because my attention span's like so short. I'm just ADHD's beans.
Yeah.
So you'll give me a question and then we'll go off about like.
That's okay. I love it.
4 other things.
I just want to make sure we get back to it at some point.
Yeah. No.
I mean, unless it's kind of done.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to leave any cliffhangers.
Yeah. You never said anything else. That was it.
So I had something on here about memory. I was going to ask you about your memory because it has to be pretty awesome since you just listen to music and don't even practice a lot of stuff or learn stuff that way. You can learn just by ear by listening to it. So how is your memory overall? Does it just apply to that and music?
I
or?
think so because
Really?
I'm like it's strange because I will say I just feel like the main weak points it has is like just people's names because I'll always remember people's faces, but I'm just so bad with people's names because I've met like a lot of fucking people.
Yeah, I'm
so
sure
it's
you've
like
met tons of people,
and I've definitely there's several different places I could have seen the people at, so when I see them, I'm like,
so you're not even cycling just their face, you're cycling a background with that face.
Because I don't want to be, I want to come in grown as shit. I want to be like, what's up, dog? I know exactly what your name is and where I saw you last time.
Hello, Jonathan from New York. Jonathan from New York. How are you in Barbara?
Holy fuck. That is amazing.
That's what we're going to be like eventually. We're going to have these chips in our brains, and we're going to we're going to access that information like that. It's going to pull up our Facebook. You can just scroll through the names and photos.
It's so funny that you say that, though, because I literally do try to do that. But it just doesn't work. It just never works.
That Rolodex is stuck.
Yeah, maybe like 11% of the time it's like, okay, sick, and then all the rest it's just like, yeah, no.
Yeah.
I'll either get it wrong sometimes, which sucks. You already
might
know.
as well just punch yourself with the
nuts.
I'm
just like, please just punch me in the throat, dude. Like I am so embarrassed right now. Well, I'll say it, because then it makes it not as bad.
Yeah.
If
Instead
you make
of trying
it
to
awkward,
pretend that you didn't just do that.
They're like, okay, buddy. Like, even if they don't say it, they're like, this fucking
Are you really not gonna just address what just happened?
Yeah, exactly. God. No, that's when I feel really bad, is if I like get it wrong. But most of the time, I'm just like, they can see it because I have like a very animated face, So even if I'm trying to hide it, I guess it's I don't know it, but it's very apparent to them that I don't know who they are, because I guess I look super confused. I can only imagine what I look like if I'm just like,
it's like you're looking at,
like, my face is just like, who the fuck, But it's got to be something outrageous, because they're always like, you don't know who I am, do you? Or you don't remember me, do you? And I'm just, and I always want to be honest, so I'm just like, I always preface it with, I'm so sorry, but no. Yeah, I'm like, dude, I'm so sorry, but yeah, like.
Then you try to, then you're trying to cycle through responses in your head, like, no, I do not remember who you are, but I apologize for this slight, because I have met a ton of people, and
that's what I usually say, but I feel bad because I don't want to seem like I'm like being douchey or bragging. I met a lot of people. I don't ever want to come across like that.
You don't want that to be your auto response.
Yeah, so I try to not say that anymore, because that used to be my auto response, and then I feel like I read people reading me wrong, and I was like, oh no, that's not. Please don't think that,
No.
So I just started being like, dude, I'm so sorry. And then I just say I'm bad with names, and then that's like normal. So then people are like, oh, okay, whatever.
I mean, because that's true. It's a
and
real
then
thing.
Like half the time they're like, I am too, and so I'm like, oh, thank fuck. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, there's some sort of association that you have to have when you meet somebody.
There's like a level of connection that you have to have to remember their name.
If you shake someone's hand and they say their name, you say your name, and it's like vanished. Like, gone.
Dude, it's unbelievable.
Unless you look at it. Like if the name, you just see it in your head. If you look away from it, it's gone. But if you look at it and stare at it and absorb it and associate it with somebody else, like, if you meet somebody named Amanda and you think the first other Amanda that you know, Amanda, and then try to, somehow associate it to remember. I don't know.
That's really funny though, because that is exactly what happens. I will literally they'll say their name, I will say my name back, and as soon as I say my name back, I'm like,
it's just like smoke.
Like they said nothing, and then you feel so bad because right away I'm like trying to not show the panic on my face.
Yeah.
But in my head I'm like, oh God, please don't ask me your name again. Like, please don't make me say your name, because I will bomb this. The funny thing is, there is a flip to this when. There's a small percentage of the time that I just go for like something generic, like, yo, what's up, dog? And
now everybody that listens to this and sees you, whenever you come up to them and say, what's up, dog? They're like, you don't know me at all.
So Steven from Traders, if you know, Steven from Traders, the drummer, does that, where he calls like everyone big dog. Which is, it's kind of badass. I've never really heard anybody else call it that.
What's up, big dog?
But it's kind of genius, because it's like, damn, you never know if he remembers you or not. So you just assume he does, which is, that's what you want,
just
right?
Never says anything different. That's always what's up, big
why,
dog.
That's why it's genius. That's what you want. So there is a small percentage of the time that I just say that. I'm just like dog or like or dude or my man,
What is up, my man?
Yeah, just cycle through them, and then they assume that you remember them, and then usually the best thing about it is through context clues. Eventually, you usually figure out, because they'll say it at this show, and then you're like, I met you at this show.
Boom, yeah, your mind's still working in the back.
Always. And so it's like, so then it's fine. So then you're saved. But sometimes then they'll ask you like who they are before you reach, and then you're fucked.
And then your system shuts down.
Yeah. And then you have two choices. You can
abort,
just straight try to balls it, which never works.
What's up, Zach?
Yeah, just go for it and just probably be wrong, or just be like, or just eat it and be like,
dude, it's Michael.
Dude,
what?
No. Yeah,
what did Zach come?
Dude, way off. Or just
that's what I call everybody, bro.
A name, just a specific name.
What's up, big dog?
That's genius, dude. I'm like, I love that he does that because it's like, damn, I need to come up with my own shit like that. It's
You need to do something like.
Big
Hola, chica.
Big dirty.
Hola, boys.
I do say baby. I do say baby a lot, which I like to even like to way more to guys than I do to girls because I realize it can come off as like creepy.
Oh yeah,
I never want that.
Creepy,
but especially
boy.
with dudes, I call all my dudes baby. Yeah.
What's up, my dudes?
I'm like, what's up, baby?
What's up, baby?
What's up, baby? You know what I'm saying? So I'll start doing that sometimes, and that works good because it's like a term of endearment, So they're like, oh, he must remember who I am.
Totally.
If he calls me baby, he must remember who I am. I'm like, yes, please think that.
Actually, that's pretty genius too.
It's not bad.
But yeah, with the female part, I don't know.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
That's
I don't try to not be doing that.
What's up, baby?
Yeah.
What did you just call me?
What did you just fucking say to me? Oh no.
You don't.
Autocorrect. Autocorrect.
Edit undo.
Sure. No, I'm not trying to. I don't try to be fucked with all that.
I like your chick voice.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Like Valley Girl shit.
Yeah.
So can I get like a venti, like, okay, 5 pumps of vanilla, like 3 pumps of pumpkin. Okay, are you paying attention?
We're
okay, like
out
7
of vanilla.
7
We're out of vanilla.
7 pumps of sugar-free bean sprout. And if there's not sprinkles on this motherfucker, I am going to burn this place to the ground. Please hurry, my Uber's almost here.
My name is Samantha with a C. I know it's weird.
With a P-S-Y.
Samantha.
Samantha.
It's a play on psycho.
God, dude. So silly.
Do you have any idea how many tours you've been on?
That's a good. I like that question. Well, the thing is,
you don't.
I have a ballpark, so like the first 10 to 15 at least that I did were like super small, like
Weekend Warrior.
Yeah, like 2 weeks long, and no one cared, and no one had ever heard of any of the bands. And so no one cared to make a laminate, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I don't have
proof,
and I can't. So it's hard to like remember exactly, but it's got to be like my first laminate I ever got from a tour was the first Seeker tour I ever did, which was I was 21. That's what like back when I was married and shit.
Yeah.
So that was the first one I ever got. That was my first legit tour I ever did with a lammy, and so since then I have like 14 or 15 on my wall. Awesome. So I think it's like around 30.
That's cool.
That was a very long answer to that question, but yeah.
It wasn't that long.
I think it's around 30. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
30. What?
Oh, hell, dude, it sounds like a dinosaur or some shit. My lizard sound.
Have you ever thought about doing voiceover stuff?
You know that's crazy.
Because if you do it, let me know. I want to do it with you.
I've never had a backup plan, and I never will, because I've always known that I was meant to do this. But the only other thing that I would want to do, I'm never going to stop this, obviously, but like on the side, and the only other thing I think I would even have talent to do in this world is like voiceover stuff.
I don't even want to put it out in the world, but if all your limbs fell off, That's what you think you would do?
I think I would have to, just thank you. I think I would have to, just because I feel like I literally, besides playing drums and like making people happy and shit through that.
Right.
I think the only other thing I'm good at, like period, is just making weird, stupid noises and doing dumb voices and shit.
For me, can you please do the robot voice?
Oh,
or the whatever, what is it called?
Steven, I am a computer man. My balls are so small. I don't know what I would do if they ever shrunk. Well, I'm like kind of sick, so it sounds shitty right now, but
that sounds sick.
Beans, the magical fruit. The more you shit, the more you poop. That's the same thing. Steven, that's the same.
Oh, that is my favorite. My absolute favorite.
All inhales. I learned that because there was a computer class in high school, like sophomore year of high school.
Yeah.
That we never did anything in that class, and it was like an hour long. I don't know why I'm like this. I'm like really weird and like obsessive. I like to copy stuff, and I never have an issue. I can listen to something on repeat over and over and over, and I don't get annoyed. Like, I realize that's very strange.
That is strange.
But I don't care. Like, I'll make, like, that's why I'm a drummer. It's because, like, I don't mind the repetition. I'll make something over that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, it's cool.
I got you.
We were using this I found the fucking text edit program on Macs. And so I would be in the computer class, and, like, the teacher would be working, like, always doing something. And I would just like type on my computer like shit or fuck my ass, you slutty bitch. And then she would come over like all pissed, like, yo, who's doing this? Yo, and then like start checking the computers to see who has text edit open. And I did that for like dude, months out of the year. And I would like slowly just try to copy it, and then I realized I could copy it by inhaling.
Right.
And could get really close. So I like just worked on it for months, like secretly, and then slowly I would just not even open text edit. I would just do it with my voice, and she would come over because she started to realize that it was like me after a while, thing. You know. Yeah. So she would always come to our area, and she started coming straight to my computer, and she's like, I know you have it open. She's like, I know you have text edit open. I know you can't close them that fast. And I'm like, yo, check my shit. I was like, stand right here. And then I would like do it, and I would like do it. And then where she can't like see me, but she can still hear me.
Yeah.
And then she would immediately check, and it's not open. And she's like, how? She's like, who's doing that? And she could never fucking figure it out.
Tell her right now, who is it?
So I don't even remember her. I'm not gonna lie. I did not pay attention in school. Like, I knew that I wasn't going to college. I knew that I just needed to get through it. So I was like, I mean, it's typical. I was always tapping and shit on everything.
Right.
I probably only remember like 3 teachers' names.
Mr. Michael?
Out of all the teachers I've ever had, I probably only remember like 3 or 4. And those were the ones that were like the cool ones.
Right.
That like supported me and shit.
Yeah.
All the other ones, I don't be caring.
You don't need that storage space taken up in
your
brain.
Well, what's funny, I have people ask me a lot, which makes sense. Well, I mean, you brought this up earlier. Along the lines with the memory thing, I feel like the only way I can remember so many songs and shit, because I can't write, like you said, I can't like write or read music at all. So I have to learn by ear.
Yeah.
So the only way I can remember so many songs is because I don't have to do anything else. Like, period.
Right.
Like, so
you have
but I think
bandwidth.
I swear that I think my brain just cuts out shit that's not songs.
It's in the recycle bin somewhere.
Yes, dude, like no joke. I know this sounds so silly, but like no joke. Like things that I should remember. Like people's names, people that I've met so many times, still can't remember their names.
Yeah.
And then shit like that. They just get deleted. And then
unused files get thrown away.
Yeah, straight up, just to make room for songs. And then I'm like, in those moments, I'm like, damn, why don't I remember this? Like, I should know this. I just don't. My brain is like, no. Music only, songs only. Everything else is fine. I'm like, fuck, okay. I guess so. That's my excuse. If I ever forget anyone's name, I'm sorry.
And you're probably going to get called baby or what was it?
Big dog.
Big dog.
Big dog.
What's up, big dog?
That is genius, though.
How many releases have you been on?
I do have to keep up with.
Get out your app. Get out your My Releases app.
So I'm on
Google.com.
Okay, so far that have been released, I'm on 12.
Nice.
And then if everything goes like as planned, and if I don't record on anything else, which hopefully I will, by the end of 2020, I'll be on 27.
300.
That's what I want.
27.
But yeah,
oh my God.
By the end of 2020, it should be like 27.
Yes, dude, that is awesome.
I'm excited.
You're a super slut.
See, the funny thing, yeah, I'm trying to be so slutty. The funny thing is, there's already like on this list of the ones that have to come out. I've already done the drums. The drums are already done for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, almost 10 of those albums.
Yeah,
the drums are like already done for.
Wow.
And
so
I'm literally just waiting for them to like finish.
So that's over 20 for sure.
So yeah, so basically I have like about 20 that I've like track drums for that should. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, dude. It's honestly unbelievable because the first one thing I was ever on that was like put out was the Lizard Professor album.
That was the first?
Yeah.
Wow.
That was like the first that was like ever really put out, or that's like still out. You know what I mean? That was ever put on like a streaming site or something that you can consistently find it. Anything else is like lost, you know.
Lost in space.
Because I sucked. That's probably why.
We all sucked.
But even that Lizard Professor album, it took forever for that, you know. So even that didn't come out until almost the end of 2016.
Yeah, that was a while.
So it's only been
that's crazy.
It hasn't even. It's only been 3. It's been a little over 3 years.
You've been playing since 3, and it took that long.
Yeah,
that's a long time.
Yeah, it's crazy. Well,
not that you were necessarily going for that. I mean,
well, I think that's the thing. I didn't know, because I actually quit Lizard Professor for a little bit, which was weird, and it was because of like my marriage at the time. I was like all fucked up in the head. I needed to take some time away, and while I did, I realized because I didn't really know what I wanted. I was just kind of on autopilot, and because I just always assumed, because I was kind of like following Mike Portnoy and Dream Theater's lead. That's who like. I found out that was his job, was from that band and that drummer.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, well, yeah, he's just in one band and he can make that. So I guess I was assumed I could just make enough money with one band that but then when I quit for a little bit and I got some time to myself, I was like, damn, what do I want? And I was like, you know what? It would be really cool to be on as many releases as possible.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I could like die tomorrow. You never know what could happen. So I was like, damn, why don't I just try to put little Bryce Spice on as much music as I possibly can before I leave this earth. And so that's pretty much one of my bigger goals now, is just to do that.
That's awesome.
It's a pretty open-ended goal. I don't have a number yet. It would be crazy to get to 100. Like, that already seems so far away.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
Man. So, do you have a good setup right now to record with, or are you tracking? It's
pretty decent. Yeah, I only have 8 channels though.
Yeah.
So I can't do like a bunch of crazy shit. I do a fake room in the DAW, which is cool. So it's like I have 9 mics.
What's up, DAW?
Hell damn, if you be knowing. But I just use Reaper, so it's cool. But
yeah, I mean, what you've posted, is that the audio you use in your videos?
Yeah, that's me.
That sounds great.
And I have no idea what I'm.
I mean, it's raw.
I have
but
no
it
idea
sounds
what
great.
I'm doing. But yeah, so it's just like I can get good quality shit. But like I'm tracking the Contrarian album in like 2 weeks, and we're doing that with Russell because he has a super grown setup.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of shit. I gotta use 2 rides in that band and shit. So I need extra inputs for spot mics and all this shit. So it's like, okay.
Yeah, for the old pro sound, the professional sound.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because I have no idea what I'm doing.
You need to do something with me. That's what needs to happen.
Oh, I'd love to.
I just forced you just now in front of everybody. He's doing it.
I would love to.
No, I wanted to ask you if your setup is like something that you keep set up.
Dude,
and
it's literally
it's not
so
a hassle.
Easy. No,
because that sounds good enough where I could totally do like a little cover or something.
I just
nothing crazy.
Just for fun I've been saying I want to do. Okay. So from now, if everything goes as planned, I'm from like basically middle of January 13th until the middle of June, I already have tours.
Right.
Basically nonstop from January to June already. So I don't want this to sound like I'm still down to play local shows, but I can't play very many just because it's like not only is there like no time, but it's also like, and this sounds selfish, but when I get another drum kit, I don't care. But right now I only have Bruiser. That's the only drum kit I have. And I still don't know what I'm doing all the time. So I finally have got the mic set up where it sounds really good to me. It is so much work, dude, for me to move all the mics, take them all off.
Yes.
You know, because I'm very OCD, so everything still has to be organized. So to keep it all organized, take all the mics off, then tear down my entire kit, pack it up, just to play, you know, like one local show, and not saying anything bad about that, obviously, but just to play like one show where it's like, damn, that is so. Yeah. Especially if I'm about to leave again, it's like, damn, dude, that is so much work. When my ultimate goal is, I want to have, part of the reason I'm doing so much stuff, I'm trying to finally save money, and I want to get a second kit so that that's no problem, so that I have another kit ready to go, so I can have my studio set up and it's no issue, because I don't want to be like that. You know what I mean? I don't want things to seem like
it's not. Yeah, and it's not. You're not choosing because like you're trying to just shrug it off, or I don't have time for that. I mean, no. It's not justified,
right?
Right. I mean, that's the same, not the same, but I mean that's kind of along the lines of the drum kit that I have here. My goal was to get some mics to set on that. I can't set up and tear down all that stuff every single time I want to record.
It not only does it take time, if all of your mic placement is not the exact same, it's going to end up sounding different.
And it takes you more time
and if you had a sound, especially someone like me, like I said, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just now, like Daniel Contreras actually like showed me all the ropes on how to record, because I literally had zero idea. He's an angel. Like he helped me out so much, and he gave me that knowledge, and then I've learned a little bit since then, but that's all I have.
Yeah.
So it's like, dude, with the little knowledge that I have, dude, I don't know enough or have the time. If I like the way something sounds, I don't really know how to get it back to there if it changes all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was just working with what I had, and it ended up sounding good, and I'm like, cool. So I want it to stay that way.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially because, like, not only does that setup isn't just for me. Like, it's not just like an ego thing to where I'm just putting out videos for no reason, or like just for me.
Yeah.
That's how I got the fucking Shadow of Intent gig, was because I had that recording set up, and I was able to send decent audio, stuff. Like decent, clearly unedited drum audio to bands, so that there's no faking it. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's
worked.
It works, and that's how I'm going to continue to get jobs in the future. Like I'll pay bills like that with session work. I'm gonna I don't know how many albums I'm gonna record like that, but it's just so much work to have to, like, because you have to also think, obviously, not only to spend all that time tearing down, but I also Cameron Sather lives with us now, which is really cool. Mm-hmm. And he is a badass drummer that also has his own drum mics and his own studio set up, and we have them in the same spot. So I have to, when I have to tear my shit down, I have to do all that in a tiny space, and then like carry it around his setup without messing up his miking setup and all this stuff, and tiptoe around. And then not only do I have to play the show, which is fine, that's sick, but then I have to come back and then do that all over again.
Yeah.
And just to hope that it sounds the same.
Yeah.
It's just like, damn it, dude. I just can't. I really can't be doing that right now, especially when, like I said, from now until June, I literally have like less than 2 months home from like now until June.
Yeah.
So it's like, dude, I'm gonna be burned out. I'm already gonna be playing like 100-something shows in like that small amount of months. You know what I mean? And it makes me feel bad because there's so many because I'm in like 14 bands now. I'm trying to chill, but like there's sick bands like Valiant Crusade and shit that I fucking love, and it's like I love being in that band and playing for that band, and I feel bad because Well, they have, Chris and Sam, they have that other badass band now, the Argonaut, which is really cool. And I'm glad they're doing that because I felt so, you have to understand how bad I feel that, like, I know that Sam wanted to play more shows with Day of Myth, and I know that Chris wants to, take Valiant Crusade to the next level, and I do so bad too. But in order for me to do that, I have to do all this shit. I have to I have to do these tours and make connections to figure out how to even do that. You know what I mean? I've got to, and I have to, this is how I pay bills.
Gotta eat, man.
Yeah, this is how I do everything. So as much as I did talk about this on that other podcast because it's just obviously who wouldn't want to make everyone happy?
Right.
But it's not fucking possible. So it's like, but I don't care. I'm still going to fight for that so hard no matter what.
Right.
So it's killed me, dude, knowing that, like, they were just, like, waiting. They're basically, even still, they're like, they were waiting on me to get home so that they could do more stuff for their bands.
Right.
And I'm doing what I can, but it makes me feel bad that I'm not home as much as I'd like to be, or as much as they need, or to where we can't even play consistent shows because we have time to play like one show. Or honestly, the way it's been recently, which sucks, it like breaks my heart because it's cool because I'm living my dream and I'm doing what I wanted, but I didn't think about the part of, like, those are still my best friends, like, band or not. Those are some of my fucking best friends. I barely even get to see them, let alone play a fucking show, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I haven't even got to see Chris in, like, months. Same with Sam, months.
Yeah.
And it's always like that, and it just sucks. I realize that that's how it is and how it's, like, gonna have to be. It's a bummer because I do want to make everyone happy, and I would like to take all of these bands to that same level if I have the time.
Yeah.
But it's like, the more that, something that's going to help me get here, it just takes up this giant chunk of time, and then we had something planned and I have to push it back or whatever. It's just like, god damn.
Yeah, your hands are kind of tied.
Yeah. I know it. The good thing is I know it's going to work out. It's going to end up being fine. It's just like moments like these when I feel really bad because I know that they're itching to, like, do more shit, and I'm literally here like, god damn it, like, I'm ready to, and I want to do this, but, like, we just have to wait just, like, a little bit longer.
I just need a drum set, another drum set.
But truly, and it's
somebody give this man another drum set, please.
It's gonna happen soon. Like, another big goal. I'm, like, real big on goals and, like, writing them down.
Right.
Not only, like, I also love to say them out loud. I tell the fucking sky what I want. It's cool. I love doing it. It's very important to me. One of the main goals that I have, I know when I get to, like, a certain level, once you get to a certain level, like, people, anything that you do, people will check out. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like, damn, I really am trying super hard to get to the point where it's going to take a while. I'm trying really hard to get to the point where, like, I can put something out, or just, like, bring up, hey, I also play drums for this band, and then it gets, like,
it's elevated.
Yeah, that's all I want, because then everyone's happy, and then in those instances, it's almost like you can make everyone happy. And it's sick. Anyway, sorry.
And you might make a little bit more money.
Well, yeah, which is dope. But so with my goals and shit, one of my bigger goals for, like, a while now, my drum set Bruiser is, like, 10 years old already. I got him when I was 17.
Happy birthday.
So, I know, it's so cute. So I've always told myself, like, basically since I got him, that I've always loved Tama. I want to be endorsed by Tama one day. That's, like, my company. So I've always told myself that before he turns 11, like, while he's still 10, I want to retire him as a studio kit and get a Tama kit that I've always wanted. And I have until, like, the end of July. So especially since I have literally a tour January, February and March and April, and May and June already.
Yeah.
I mean, my bills aren't that expensive. Like, there's no, and I finally opened a savings account like 3 days ago, which is sick.
Grown boy
Trying
stuff.
to be grown. Finally, you know what I mean? Finally, like, trying to not, like, struggle super hard doing this, but it's sick. Like, I wouldn't trade it for anything. But by then, I should easily have, not even, the best thing is, I mean, obviously drums are expensive as fuck, but I could get one of those kits for like $1,500 or something.
Yeah.
And then I'll still have enough money, or I should still have enough money saved to where I can buy, because what I need to do is buy, like, a whole kit. So not only the drums, but, like,
everything.
Yeah, 7 Thomas stands and all this other shit too.
Yeah, so 20 grand.
But I mean, it's still gonna be like about $3,000 for everything. But if I do what I'm doing and I stay busy and I keep grinding, I'll be able to do that. And then, even though it sucks right now to be away from my friends and like my loved ones and shit, that will be a big goal of mine that I've reached, and it'll help a lot of this shit get easier. Because then, if anybody wants to play a show at any time I'm home, I'm like, it's already packed up, ready to go. Let's go.
Yeah.
And it doesn't bother with anything else that we have going on.
Right. Or you could just get like a little e-kit and just take that to shows.
God, I wish. Trust me. I do want one of those because part of like half of my session work I end up doing is like programming drums for bands.
Yeah.
Which is cool. But it would be so much sicker if I could just fucking play it.
Yeah.
If I could just play it into Reaper. And I know you can do that because I've done it before. That's how fucking... That's
cool,
how P1 was recorded, dude. Matt Halpern recorded the drums for Periphery 1 on a V-Drums kit, like, into the DAW.
That's crazy.
So, like, that's why it sounds like Matt Halpern is, because it literally is him playing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure he could have programmed it close, but...
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So...
Those dudes, their production is...
So badass.
That's a different level.
Ever since Nolly came in, dude, it was like...
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's bullshit, dude.
I don't like his voice.
Well, all British?
No, not Nolly Spencer.
Oh, no, same.
He's just it got so exaggerated.
Yeah,
I liked the first one. Even the first one's exaggerated, but I think
he's an incredible vocalist.
It's just
but
like
it just
over the top for me.
It just sounds like he's trying to be an NSYNC in a metal band, and it's like, brother. You know what I mean? It's like I said, incredible vocalist. Like you can do shit that I could never do. But it's just
I still like trying to hit those notes. But
yeah, because it's
not the notes. It's the way the notes are. Yeah.
Because the notes are incredible. But my favorite thing they've ever put out is still P1 instrumental, because it was written as like an instrumental album.
Yes,
and it's grown.
Yeah.
This shit sounds badass.
I like it because I can sing over it.
Yeah, exactly. You can you can do it.
Are you offering lessons?
I do, yeah. The only thing is,
do you prefer that to do that, like to make some money, or is
I
that
really
another
don't. So this month it's been like 4 years since I quit my last like normal job. So it's been like 4 years since I've really tried to do this full time, and I've struggled really hard like the last 3 years, like barely making it.
Yeah.
And especially near the beginning, I had to do literally anything I could do for money, like at all times. It was like pretty bad.
Yeah.
And so but I still didn't have many people take lessons, but I had to give lessons. But I realized after giving lessons that like I feel like I'm just not good at giving lessons, because I'm all self-taught, so I don't really know what I'm doing. So I have to teach kids the way I taught myself, and so that's like kind of weird. There's
I see that.
You know what I mean? There's like no formal training. There's no, I can't write. It's hard to like even to write shit down for them. So it's like,
I feel the same way. That's, people have been hitting me up for guitar lessons, and I'm pretty much all self-taught. I think I've taken 3 lessons, like official lessons before.
Yeah, I think it's the same for me.
And that's crazy to me, but I don't know how to read music.
Yeah.
So
it doesn't matter.
Teaching
it
someone,
can help, but it doesn't matter.
I can teach someone maybe some or give some advice on technique, or like some exercises, or maybe just advice in general. But as far as like teaching, I feel awkward. That's why I've really I've done it.
I feel unqualified.
I've only done it a couple of times with random people, and they never come back. So
no, but that's what happened. That's what always happens to me, is that, and that's why I feel this way, is I'm like, clearly I'm doing something wrong. Because now, granted, I do also have a tendency to like,
you're not doing it right.
No, I'm gonna say this, but this sounds outrageous. I do have a tendency to blow my load.
Oh,
so like, I'll just give. I try not to overwhelm people, but I get excited. I'll get excited, and then I'll just give them everything I do. So there's basically no reason for them to come back, because I gave them all my tricks.
Yeah.
Usually when I do give lessons, I try to give them to people that are like medium, like intermediate to advanced, so that I only want to do 1 or 2 lessons, because more than that, dude, I don't know what else to teach.
That's
you know what I mean.
I think you just described the exact feeling I have.
Yeah, because it's weird because I feel bad, but like you said, the other day it was supposed to be like an hour lesson, and I ended up giving like I only charged him for like 3 hours, or like not even 3 hours because he was so sweet, but it was like a 4-hour lesson to this dude in Toronto.
Yeah.
And it was basically like an advice session like the whole time. We didn't play drums. I didn't play drums once. And I thought that I like that.
Yeah.
Because I know like I haven't done a lot of cool stuff, but I have experienced a decent amount now.
Yeah.
Like, and especially for like lower level, like most of the tours I've done have all been low level or like semi mid, you know, like I've still never done like any like crazy giant tours. So it's like relatable to people starting or like getting into the business.
Yeah.
So I feel like I do at least have some advice that would be helpful on that front. So it's like, okay, this I feel like more comfortable doing. But if you try to tell me to break down all the stuff I'm doing, I don't really fucking know, dude.
Yeah.
You know,
I fear that I would teach somebody something wrong.
Yeah.
You know, like if somebody,
that is a big fear of mine.
like my picking, I had terrible vibrato. I had terrible vibrato for a very long time, and I didn't know what the hell I was doing, which is weird because I try to emulate sounds. I copy sounds. I do that with my mouth a lot, but as far as, you know, trying to make something sound similar, I never really focused on somebody's like woo woo woo, and I'm just over here going yeah.
Just shaking
and just never really focused on doing that until I realized a lot of people that I think are amazing players have amazing vibrato, and I thought, what am I doing? Why haven't I focused on that like at all? Maybe that and I thought that's like one of the hooks for me that tells me you know what you're doing is the control over that note, you know. So then I just kind of shifted my focus towards that, and I mean it's still a work in progress, but it's like the last few years have been a lot easier to do that. I'll give it to Wes Hauk.
So good, dude.
The one lesson I did with him, and I asked about vibrato, and you know, the one thing he told me, or he pointed out, that I wasn't using all of my fingers to bend the string. So if you know, I'm using my ring finger and I'm trying to bend up and control it, but I'm not really using anything else. It's just that one finger. He said, use all your fingers, dig in, give it hell, you know.
Oh, that's badass.
So that made so much more sense. So then I started using my middle and pointer, also pushing down and really getting a hold of that string and giving it hell.
Yeah.
You know, that made a huge difference. Just him saying that, like, okay, now I'm paying attention to what I'm doing. You know, it is a part of technique, but I just didn't consider it a technique as much of a mindset. Like, yes, dig in and give it shit, you know, like, grab it.
Yeah.
So
dude.
that changed for me.
That's so badass. That dude rips so hard, dude.
He's ridiculous.
He's playing for Devon now for a little bit.
Yeah,
that's insane.
That's gonna be fun. They're not coming around here, are they? For that
think so,
tour.
Unfortunately, I wish.
Buttholes.
I know.
Why y'all such buttholes?
I don't be knowing.
Butthole. I used to know somebody that would say buttholes, but the
Buttholes?
T's and the L would be silent. Buttholes. Buttholes.
Oh my.
Why being such a butthole?
Oh my god, dude, that's fucking silly.
Butthole.
Butthole.
Don't be a
Why you being a
butthole.
butthole?
I'm gonna read this part because I wrote it out,
Okay.
and if I piece it apart, it might not make sense.
I mean, no, fuck it.
On October 17th, the day I reached out to you about doing this podcast, you posted a video about depression and your struggles that you've changed with your mindset and being around positive people. You mentioned complimenting people on their shoes or shirts or whatever, and to be nice and to try to make them smile.
Yeah.
I had to think about that because I've been in that situation several times with people, and I've had people compliment me in very awkward ways at very awkward times. But regardless of how it's said, it still just makes me feel kind of weird. That's probably more of my own issue.
Yeah.
than me just not processing compliments very well.
Yeah.
But I realize that I don't stop to genuinely thank someone for even acknowledging my existence.
Yeah.
And I'd feel super shy to do that to somebody.
It's okay.
Most of the time. But I remember getting out of my comfort zone a little bit and just giving someone a small compliment. I don't even know. I can't think of one exactly, but maybe it's just like, like, thanks for being so nice.
Yeah.
Like in an interaction at a store or something.
Yeah.
Just to show them that I paid attention and appreciate them being nice.
Yeah.
But in regards to depression, anxiety, and overall mental health, are there any new or recent things that you'd like to share?
I don't know. It's pretty much just been that same battle to just keep that walk all the time. I mean, obviously it's like, I tried to make it a point in the video, hopefully I did, to say that, obviously you can't, it's not like possible to be positive all the time. I don't want to try to give that off like I'm trying to be like fake,
like it's achievable.
Yeah, like because I'm pretty sure that's not possible. Like because it's kind of weird, And I don't want anyone to think that of me. I know that some people have said that I'm always smiling because I usually am, but it's obvious. Like usually not gonna see a person when they're dealing with that shit. They're gonna be like at their house alone or like somewhere usually alone or something. You know what I mean? I don't know. I do think that that shit that I said is like very important because I used to be way more. It's weird to like not really deal with depression as much anymore, like significantly way less than I used to. Mm-hmm. So, and I attribute that to like not having negative people in my life and replacing them with more positive people. And the same thing, just like I've tried really hard to be nicer to people. Yeah. And like I've definitely, I feel like everybody's selfish at some points, but there was a couple times in my life when I was like way shittier and like way more selfish and my life was way worse, and I just feel like it's like there's a reason that it's easier to be happier now and that cool. Granted, I have worked really hard to get here, which I know that has some part in it, but even if I worked hard, if I was a piece of shit, then I wouldn't be getting the opportunities I was getting.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's
for
like,
sure.
Yeah. So I don't think there's anything.
People don't like pieces of shit.
Yeah, it's not cool to be around, So I don't think that there's anything new. It is like a daily, weekly struggle to try to balance that mindset, But again, I think it's important to like just process your emotions. Like it's okay and normal to still get sad, and you're like I was saying, you're still obviously allowed to be sad and shit, but you just kind of process it, let it wash over you, and then try to maybe learn something from it, and then try to move on back to those other things we talked about.
Yeah.
And doing that has made my life like way better and easier.
Yeah. There's no need to hold on to it.
Yeah.
To carry it, carry that heavy, wet weight.
No.
That's pointless.
I will say, though, that one of the things that I think that people struggle with, and I used to struggle with this, and I have friends that struggle with this, and it breaks my heart. They like can't get out of that negative cycle.
Yeah.
Like of thinking negatively and like of, oh, this sucks and oh, this sucks and this sucks, and they can't get out of that. And then that also ends up with them being in like this permanent cycle of just they always feel stuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just like, dude, I hate to, it's not fair because you can't tell people what to do. And I can't say that like changing your mindset, you can't tell these people like, if you change your mindset, your life will get easier because
right. There's no guarantee.
Yeah. And it does. And that sounds way easier said than done, obviously.
And it really sucks to hear it when you're down.
Yeah. But that's
someone says that.
That's the main thing. It's like, it's basically like they're discrediting, like you're not allowed to be upset or something, which sucks. But on the flip of that, it's like, yeah, you are allowed to be upset. But at the same time, if you find yourself being upset like constantly and like constantly disappointed by everything and all these things, maybe you should just evaluate like what your expectations are
Mm-hmm.
for like other people and things, because I think that is important, to not have expectations for people, or having the wrong expectations for people if they're not communicated can be very bad.
Yeah.
But it's just sad to see these people, like it is a cycle of like what you put out is what you get back. Mm-hmm. So if you're constantly thinking negatively, like of course everything's going to seem like it sucks, or it's going to seem like bad shit keeps happening to you.
Yeah.
But it's just, you can't tell those people to just.
Yeah. I mean, the mindset's not going to fix it.
No.
But it could fix a lot of things around that.
Yeah.
And the things that cannot be fixed, you'll probably get through it easier and without as much anger and frustration and whatever.
Exactly.
And it's just not healthy to linger on those shitty feelings and always expecting the worst. You know? And it is hard. It's really hard. I've had a lot of insecure moments in my life, mostly in my teens and 20s, I guess, really, like relationship-wise insecurities, but other insecurities as well. Just noticing that I was thinking the wrong way, mindset, expecting too much or whatever it be. Not good.
And it sucks. It sucks because it's easy. I was trying to say this earlier, but I forgot what I was saying. It's insane. It's easy to like, I don't know. I want to say wallow in self-pity, but that's pretty much exactly what it is. Like, not talking shit on anyone, but that's pretty much what we're doing in those moments. If you just stay sad for yourself all the time and you make excuses for everything, like it's just not good. It's not good. Things are not just going to magically come out of that.
Right.
And it sucks to see somebody doing that because you feel like helpless. You're like, well, damn, what can I even say to this person? Because everything I throw at them,
they have an excuse.
Yeah, they have an excuse or like a negative point of view on it, and it's just like, fuck.
And I don't mean any disrespect to anybody that this might apply to, but it sounds like childlike, where you kind of give up and you're ready for, the parent, you're ready for somebody to fix it, to clean it up, clean up the mess, and like make things better. Yeah. And I seriously, I don't mean that in a negative way whatsoever. It's just it sounds like it's kind of a helplessness, but you're not a child. You can get through it, and I don't know, just finding the right help or whatever that you actually need. But changing your mindset is going to be just more beneficial. You're going to see everything in a better light.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if
it's not, and that's the thing. Even if everything is the same, technically, you could just look at the bright side of everything, and then everything seems better.
Yeah,
because you could realize that things could usually be way worse than they are.
I mean, you might look like a crazy person, but if you got an accident or something, like a car accident, and you got fucking irate about it, and it's just you are enraged. Or you can just laugh about it. You're like, well, at least I'm okay.
Well, but that's the whole thing. Is it's like, I do get someone being upset because like their car, or their baby, or whatever.
Oh yeah, I'm not.
but it's like, dude, you could literally be dead, and then none of this would even matter. So you should probably just be grateful that you're happy that you're alive, and make sure the other person's okay before you get upset about
just thinking about yourself.
Yeah, exactly. It's just.
Yeah, I've done that many times. I still do subconsciously.
Yeah, me too.
Something happens, like, God, why me?
Yeah.
I still do that, and it's awful. Like as soon as the thought like finishes in my head, I feel like a piece of shit. Like, what the fuck, man?
But that's good though. Like at least you have that.
I don't walk around thinking,
right,
woe is me. And,
exactly. Or
damn
like
the luck.
Or the opposite, like you don't, like instead of feeling like a piece of shit, you feel like you're like 100% in the right.
Yeah.
That would
not
justified. That'd probably not be good. Yeah. Probably not be the best thing.
Do you meditate at all?
Maybe not in a traditional way, because I don't really know what that is. I've never really been like shown or taught. But I do my version of that, I think. So
okay. which is
what? I mean, I do like a couple different things. One, I'll usually just sit. I kind of just sit outside. I'll usually stretch first, and then I'll just like sit outside. Usually at night, it helps a lot, just because I'm not gonna have to be worried about like somebody coming in or out of the doors and shit, you know?
Yeah.
But and I just like look up at the sky and think about. I try to breathe and just relax.
Yeah.
And then I make it a point to say that I'm thankful for like whatever good things have happened that day or whatever I'm like getting to do, you know?
Yeah.
And then I put out my dreams and goals and I usually like say it out loud into the universe. And then I just chill on it. Like I just sit and listen to like the wind or what. I mean, I just listen after that for probably like maybe 30 minutes or something.
That's awesome.
It's sometimes it's hard. I have to work really hard to not think about all the shit and that you have to work on or whatever.
Yeah,
obviously,
I mean, that's pretty much it.
But and then the other thing I'll do is I'll pretty much kind of do the same thing, except instead of silence, I'll just have Circus Survive on in the background.
Okay.
But it's the same thing,
right? Yeah, but it is. Yeah. Yeah, if you don't have any kind of distraction, like if you're singing to a song or like focusing on the drums or something, you're distracted from meditating. But like say for meditating, you're whatever you want to call it. But that's the idea, is to take out all the background noise, like thought noise, and getting distracted every 5 seconds or half a second rather.
God, it's so hard.
Because it's there. It's constantly coming in. What I think of is just observing it coming in, seeing it as almost like text coming through, like reading it. Yeah. Okay, cool. And then just, go away.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. If I see it more than like a physical thing rather than text, then I'm more prone to get lost in it, or like absorb it. If I see it as text, it's almost like delete or
that's pretty bad. Yeah.
just like move to this folder over here or something like that.
That's pretty fucking cool.
So that's pretty much that. Okay, so this is another thing that I do sometimes on my show here. I do a 1 second answer to a 1 second question.
Oh God.
It's just like this or that, or a would you rather kind of thing. So the first one, just to give you an idea, answer as fast as you can, and I'm just going to say it as fast as I can.
Okay.
Night or day?
Day.
There you go. Okay. We've got it down.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Dog or cat?
Dog.
Asleep or awake?
Awake.
Fast or slow?
Fast.
Reading or audiobook?
Audiobook.
Pizza or burger?
Ooh, pizza.
Hot or cold?
Hot.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Heads or tails?
Heads.
Heads it is!
Damn, that's crazy.
Nice.
Science.
Tails or Sonic?
Sonic. Definitely Sonic.
Mario or Luigi?
Mario.
Bang or rain?
Bang. Even though I'm not gonna lie, they're both dope. And honestly, especially on tour, literally whichever gas station has the better deal, I don't care. I'll do that one.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Inside or outside?
Outside.
Sunrise or sunset?
Sunrise. Jesus.
Blue eyes or brown eyes?
Blue.
Joint or blunt?
Ooh, blunt.
Pipe or bong?
Bong. Yeah. I love the way you answered that, dude.
Up or down?
Up.
House or home?
Home.
Pecan pie or pecan pie?
I say pecan, but pecan's hilarious. That's how I
Pistachios or pistachios?
Pistachio. Pistachio.
Right. That question was for my buddy Brent. He says pistachios.
Oh, that's grown.
The only person I know.
I've literally never heard that. Wow.
Okay, that's it.
Oh, that's good.
That's it for those. That was fun.
That's funny.
When we started earlier, I said that you've been playing drums since like 1904 because I bet you probably had percussion involved in previous lives.
I'm sure that I
Do you
did.
believe? Do you believe in reincarnation?
I think, yeah. The first time, I heard about it like a while ago, and I used to be like very stupid and like naive and weird. I thought it was super weird and like impossible at first, but the more the older I get and the more I look into it, the more it makes sense to me. So
that we've been here before.
So yeah, it just answers a lot of the questions that I've had before. So I'm like, yeah,
I think it's very possible.
Yeah, I would lean towards that more than anything else I've heard. Basically,
what about aliens?
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna lie. If I do watch anything on TV, it's probably gonna be alien related.
Yeah,
because I'm like so fascinated with it.
Do you believe in like
legit, yeah? I've seen
like little boys with
I've seen a fucking
thick heads.
I've seen a spaceship like once, or I swear I did.
Yeah, pretty sure I have too.
It was insane.
I can't say it's a spaceship, but like lights from something.
Yeah, exactly.
Unexplainable, but you
know what I mean.
Could have been an experiment. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't be knowing, but I definitely I'm like.
I don't claim to know for sure.
No, I just think that by the odds of it, it's way more likely
than a simulation
that we're not alone than that we are. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would say
there's
so.
like no way.
There's got to be something.
Yeah.
But the thing, like I was thinking about this the other day. What are other planets? What kind of materials? What kind of substances and gases and all sorts of weird shit? What do they have that we've never even heard of? Or like
exactly,
we have gravity, but is there something else like physically possible that could be different and produce, different kinds of creatures? Like I heard something the other day about I don't even know what podcast that was, but about light, like light creatures, like creatures made of light or something. You never know what other kind of things could be conscious entities or whatever.
Exactly.
It's super weird.
It could be anything. It's kind of scary.
There's things that could be made of trash.
That's why I like
people.
Pokemon so much, because they were like, yeah, we thought of this. Like, trust me, we thought of this. But like, seriously though, that's why I think so strongly about it. Is like, I feel like I'm more leaning towards that they're like here right now. Because like of
as
that,
playing as us.
Well, I mean,
like Men in Black style.
Well, no, not like all weird, I guess. But dude, I feel like there's stuff here that we can't see. I guarantee you, because our eye, like you said, our eyes are very unique. But there's so much shit. Like even like cats and shit can see a different shit that we can see. Right. So it's like, dude, even our own. There's different species on our own planet that can see shit we can't see.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure shit from another planet can probably operate all around us without us even fucking knowing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of far-fetched, I'm sure, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It just makes sense to me. I'm like, okay.
Fuck, it's super weird, man.
It's scary.
It really is.
It is. But it's like, well, that's pretty cool.
But we don't know either way, but just the thought that there's something that could be out there like that is...
It is scary.
It is nuts, man.
Yeah, I mean, it is funny because there's, like the Hollywood depiction of like what aliens look like.
Yeah.
Anytime there's like any realistic looking alien like picture or something, it's scary. Like
it really is scary.
It scares the. I'm not gonna lie. Like I already know. I'll tell you right now. If I was to ever see an alien in person, I already know I would be like frozen. Even if they did nothing, I'm sure if they could probably do some shit to freeze you or whatever.
I have goosebumps.
But even if they did nothing, I'm pretty sure that I would just be so scared that I would, if I didn't pee, I wouldn't be able to move, for real.
Yeah.
Just because that's
scary. It's super.
It is just
scary.
it is scary, dude.
It's you've got all this confirmation going through your head of, oh my god, they are real, and oh my god, which alien is this going to be? Is it like a good one, bad one? Is this going to be all these things going through your head? Yeah,
I think the reason why is just because,
or you might just kick it in the head, like you don't know what you're going to do.
Obviously, there's like a lot of things on this planet that could kill us,
right?
But we don't have to we usually almost never have to deal with that. It's just us killing each other, So we're like used to being like alphas, and so anytime something, if something were to be like 10 feet tall and look all fucking weird and shit, you're gonna be pissing your pants. I'm pretty sure.
Even something like 4 feet tall, Like, what is this thing capable of?
Yeah, literally anything that just
I'm thinking of
weird.
what was that Independence Day where they could like whatever they were doing to their brains, like it was painful that they were doing some sort of brain shit. Like that's crazy.
That's scary.
That's a different level.
There's a lot. There's some pretty good alien movies actually.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. The Fire in the Sky.
Is that a movie?
See that one? Yeah.
No, it
was based on real events.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, those are the best ones.
It's based on what this person says that they saw, and other people as well. But the way that they show the aliens, it's not typical. They look super creepy, very creepy looking, wrinkly old people looking things.
Jesus.
But the way that there's one part where the guy is like floating around in their facility, like, you know, no gravity or whatever, and he's like floating downward into this one spot, and he sees like the stereotypical big head with giant eyes, little bodies, but he comes up next to it and it's a suit, is what he said. Like, you hear him like, suits or whatever, weird. Like making the realization that it's a suit. And that's why those aliens looked really weird at first, because that's not what we're used to seeing. We're used to seeing them in those suits. So that part was really creepy. It was a creepy movie, man. Hell. You should definitely watch that one.
Yeah, like literally,
it's kind of old, but it's
pretty much any alien movie that actually shows the aliens and it's like decent CGI or something at all.
Oh, dude, this one's good.
Fuck out of me.
There was one
but
after
I like it.
after the abduction. There's one part, like I'm not gonna ruin everything, but one part where he's in a telephone booth or something, and it involves like a hand on the window or something like that. I'll let you experience that for yourself. But whatever that was, I'll tell you, it just gave me goosebumps real bad. It's like, oh, okay.
I don't like this anymore.
So I saw a video the other day of a dude walking on a cop car. Did you see that?
No, I did not.
It's from, a spectator from across the street or something. They have a video of this dude, and he just like walks on top of a cop car, and he looks like he has no idea what he's doing, and he's just kind of turning around, and then the video cuts back and forth. It was one of those stupid videos that people share that have text all over it, and they're probably just trying to make money or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Bullshit cut videos. They just show the same clip over and over again. But anyway, that dude, he got down, and then you see him get on another car, on the top of that car, and walk around, and he just looked so weird. It looked like kids playing, what's Grand Theft Auto, and like just walking on cars and just doing weird shit. And it looked like that's what was happening. It was like he had no idea what was going on.
That's
and
scary.
It was kind of creepy.
That's scary.
It's kind of creepy.
Because that's the only other thing that I have definitely considered, just because it's so crazy and it's so fascinating. But like the simulation theory.
Yeah.
That it's like, that is so.
I think that's just as believable.
I mean, why not?
About it.
But it's just like, that is so fucking scary to think about, dude.
Yeah.
Like it's super cool and fascinating, but it's also
very
like, oh
creepy,
my
scary.
God. Like, I kind of want it to be true, but I kind of definitely don't,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, what other, is this a game? Is this Earth 4.0?
Yeah, that's
or
the
is
shit
there, that's
the shit that's freaked me out the most.
Is life nothing like this? Is this just
that's the shit
I can't even explain
that's the shit that freaks me out the most. That all this is like,
there's things that I
not
do.
at all like what actual life would be like, and I'd be like, wait a minute.
There's things that I do sometimes during the day that it's very weird. I randomly stop, think about what I'm doing, think about where I learned to do that, wondered about how someone else learned how to do that, and then not knowing how to do that, not having the things to do that, not knowing that thing could be even invented to do that, and it just we came from stardust or whatever, and
so.
just
I
don't know how it works, but just how we became what we are now, and the things that we do that we didn't do before, didn't even know could be done, is outrageous to think about.
God, it really is.
It hurts my brain.
It does. But that's badass.
Yeah.
Holy hell.
Do you have a most memorable or cherished, fun moment that you've ever had with someone, whether it be family or an ex-partner or friend or ex-friend or anybody? Just something that you think about from your past that comes up every now and then. It makes you really happy, or
it was like really awesome.
Yeah.
Damn. That's a really good question. I don't know. That's like really tough. Like
or like
thing.
Maybe even a turning point of some sort that you've reflected on. I guess similar to whenever you realized that you could make money doing drums, kind of thing.
That was definitely like, I'm pretty sure that was like one of the biggest ones for sure. Is I'll never forget like the moment that I saw this YouTube video of Mike Portnoy do like a Cribs type episode of his house.
Yeah.
And like the first thing he says when he opens the door and they come inside is "Welcome to the house that drums built." And like that right there, I will never forget that. And I have thought about that like a crazy amount of times in my life.
Yeah.
And I even wrote that down. I literally, word for word, have that written down in my wallet as a goal that I want to have a house that drums built. Yeah, because I just thought about it so much. Because it just like, when I heard it, I was like, wait a minute. I was like, wait, what do you mean? And then I started looking everything up, and I was like, wait, Dream Theater. And then I looked everything up, and then I realized, I was like, wait, I feel so stupid. But it's like, wait, they get paid to play these shows? I feel so stupid, but I had no idea. And that's when I was like, holy hell, I want to do that. And that was it.
Yeah.
And I've never thought about anything else as an option for what I would do with my life, like ever since.
Except Stephen Hawking voice.
Well, yeah, except being a goober for money.
A goober on the mic?
Yeah. A mic goober for money. Oh, man.
Oh, man.
I mean, the funny thing is this is not far off from how I'd sound right now because I'm so stopped up.
So
but this is like my nerd. This is like my nerd voice, kind of, you know. But this is my normal voice right now.
Say something computerific.
I don't really know anything smart except E equals MC Beans.
Microsoft Office is trash.
You try the new Google phone, it's total shit.
There you go. That's a good one.
The new Pixel is not at all. Does not have any of the specs that I was expecting. Very disappointed. -3 stars.
-3 stars. That sounds like a Simpsons character or something.
Yeah, it kind of does. I don't be knowing.
I'm not one specifically. Just that's what it makes me think of. It
sounds like a mismatch. Wow.
A mix of mash.
Of mashed potatoes. It sounds like a mixed match.
Mixed match of dash
of like 3 of their characters. So silly.
The comic dude.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
How does he? I forgot it. First edition.
Yeah, that's it. That's the comic book guy. Mine is like really close to the like scientist guy, I think, or something.
The one that drives the flying thing, whatever.
Flying! Yeah, flying, zibble zabble, do. Fly to the sky! It's basically also like my Bill Cosby impression. Zibble zabble, do. Zibble now. Zip zap a doop dip doop the bow. Gotta get the jello pudding with the pop and the pudding and the popcorn and the chicken and the chicken and the zing and the bip.
Yeah, that's kind of a stopped up nose one too, right? Popcorn.
Well, yeah, but my nose is also so stopped up right now.
Mine is always just
fugged. Dude.
I think you actually top me, but I'm usually pretty stopped up forever, all of my life.
That's what sucks, is because I love singing and I want to sing so bad, like on a recording and shit.
Do it right now.
But every fucking time I have ever recorded myself ever in my life, my fucking nose is stopped up, dude.
Oh yeah,
every time.
Get breathe right strips. I have some.
Does it actually work?
It helps.
Damn. It's just. I mean, really funny,
if you're wanting
dude.
to, I've done that to track something. If I know that if I'm stopped up really bad, I have to do that, and I can still hear it.
Well, yeah,
like a lot, but it helps more than you would think. It
drives me insane, dude, because I'm just like, no one will ever like my voice because they're gonna be like, this guy blow your fucking nose, dude. Blow your fucking nose, dude.
Why is somebody pinching his nose when he's talking in the mic?
God. Fucking kidding me, bro? You Walk around here with your fucking nose full of shit, trash.
Blow your nose.
Stuffy, blow that shit, dude. Ain't nobody want to hear that over here. Yo, can I get a couple 2-3 meatballs over there? God. That's one of my favorite accents to do. Is the New York guy. Yeah. Every fucking time I'm in like New York or New Jersey, it just comes out.
Yeah, you can't. I that's the same for me as far. I just can't help to mirror things.
Yes, dude, it's so bad. I hate it.
You said that earlier about imitating.
I feel like noises. I'm a bird. That's why
hearing birds, I have to repeat what.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god.
That's a good one.
It's so weird.
Does death or grief have any sort of effect on your daily life? Like, do you fear death or constantly think about the loss of someone or someone's?
So I've only ever lost like one person in my life that I cared about really or knew or really cared about, and that's Brian from Silvercord in Akashic. That is like the only person I've ever. Now I don't think I can't lie and say that I think about him, or losing him every second of all the time. But I definitely do think about that.
Yeah.
A lot. But I will also say that I don't fear death at all, but that is why I do a lot of what I do, is because I know that it's
going to happen one day.
Yeah, and it could. Losing Brian was like, it never, I think it never registered with me until we lost him, that it was like, it could just happen, you know what I mean?
Yeah. That makes sense.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because before that, I just never really lost anyone, and it just never hit you. And then whenever I got that call, it was just like glass shattering. And ever since then, it's been like, holy shit.
Yeah.
So since then, I'm like, literally even since the night that we found out about that, I've been a way more. I was emotional back then, because this was only like, not even like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm way more emotional now, and like way more empathetic and way more compassionate, and just like everything now, just ever since that happened, I think. And that's like why I hug people, like that's why I like don't even shake hands with like anyone, basically. Like even
gross.
Yeah. Even if I meet, but like when I meet people for the first time, like 9 times out of 10, I'm going to hug you.
Yeah.
But it's just
whether you freaking like it or not.
It's just because I don't know what's going to happen to me or you. That sounds weird, but like,
yeah,
you never know what's going to happen. Like even that night, something could happen to one of us or both of us. So it's like, I would rather be remembered in like a positive way.
Yeah. That's the guy that wouldn't shake my hand.
Yeah, right.
But he gave me such a sweet hug.
That's like, that is something I'm like, that is like one of the only things I fear would be like being like leaving here, not leaving a good mark.
Yeah.
Or a negative
for sure,
impression
man.
or
That's
something.
awful.
Yeah.
I would hate that.
Yeah, it would suck.
You don't have to be praised by any means, but you don't want to be remembered as a piece of shit.
No.
That's no way to live either.
Nah, not at all.
It's freaking dumb.
It sucks.
It sucks to be a piece of shit.
Yeah, everything sucks about it. Literally,
if you're out there listening to this and you're a piece of shit, doesn't it not feel so good?
It feels shot.
Stop doing it.
Stop being shot.
Stop being so shit. Since you might have to keep something quiet for now, regarding this, I'm going to ask you to pick one of these 2 questions. Question 1.
Okay.
At this moment, what are you looking forward to most in 2020? Question 2. At this moment, what is the most exciting or challenging goal you have for 2020?
Oh, damn. I could probably...
Spill beans?
I could probably answer both, honestly. You say goal I have?
Mm-hmm.
But so that I don't know if it might not come true then.
That's okay.
All right. Well, it's not really. I feel like it's not. And I don't want to say this and then the universe hear me and be like, "Oh, all right, well you said it."
You said it, bro.
I don't want to say it's not realistic so that the universe is like, "Well, you're not getting it then because you thought it wasn't real, you idiot." But I feel like it's a fairly far-fetched goal, but I do want like a Tama endorsement. Really, like Sabian and Tama really, really bad.
On top of each other. Together.
And Evans. If we're being all in. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That I want that really bad.
Nice.
But it is like far-fetched to say that I want that like a year from now. But I do.
It could be far-fetched. It just depends on what you produce, what you do. And with what it sounds like your schedule looks like, I think you're going to be producing. So that's what a lot of the places usually want is exposure and continuous playing out.
Yeah, true.
Putting the brand out there, getting some photos and all that other kind of stuff. So
yeah, that is
I think you're in a good position for it.
I'm trying. It just they are like sticklers about they want somebody that's in like one. Wow.
in what?
They want somebody that's in like one giant. You could be in multiple bands, but you have to be in at least one band that's like
you're rejected from giant. Your endorsement because you're in 23 bands.
But none of them are huge, so fuck you.
Yeah.
But no, like it's funny, but like honestly,
that's
kind of how it is, and so it's like, damn. But it still isn't impossible because there are dudes that are in giant bands, but they're in a couple of decent sized bands that have endorsements like that. So I'm like, okay,
right.
It's not possible. But to answer the first one, I think there's a couple just because, I mean, I'm stoked about all of it. There's a couple things I can't like talk about that
I knew it
would probably be
secrets.
Probably like will probably be like the cool, if it happens, it'll probably be like the coolest tour or shows that I have planned so far for 2020. But I can't say anything about those. I'm stoked for all of it, but I guess I am really stoked to track the Contrarian album in like 2 weeks. It was like January 2nd and January 3rd. I'm tracking with Russell.
Awesome.
Just because George Coleus from Nile did like the first 3 records. So
that's awesome.
I'm like really nervous because it's no matter what, it's going to be put up against those records. So I'm like, oh shit, So
it's bring it.
Yeah, I gotta be grown, and it's a good like test and push for me and challenge for me,
Yeah.
Plus, there's not many. Even though I say I've been on like 11 releases or something so far, there's the only releases that I have out that I played like actual live tracked drums on are just like the 3 Valiant Crusade releases.
Okay.
Everything else on that list I programmed drums for.
Okay.
Everything else. So this would be like the first. Actually, no, that's wrong. I was about to lie.
That's a lie.
I just did. The Lord Mantis album just came out.
Okay.
And that's on a label, and I did do live drums for that. So I was gonna say it's the first thing on a label I've done with live drums, but it's gonna be the first technical. Like the Lord Mantis stuff was challenging because it was like different and really slow.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like technical at all. It wasn't like my style of drumming at all.
Right.
I wanted to like pay homage to the drummer that passed. Yeah. So with this stuff, it'll be the first thing on a label that I'll like really get to push myself.
Yeah.
And like just go for it.
Yeah.
So that'll be like really interesting. And then the Shadow of Intent headliner is like right after that.
That is
I'm like
awesome.
Really stoked for that.
That is so cool, man.
Super fun, dude. That gig is fun
Are there new songs being played?
Yeah, I have to learn. So part of the other reason why I'm able to learn shit that I learned, the only band I listen to basically period is like Circus Survive. Like that's like literally it. And then the only other thing I listen to is songs that I have to play. So you could have a sick album, but if I'm sorry, but I'm probably not going to listen to it unless I have to learn it. You know what I mean? So
I mean, you have to at this point.
So it's funny. So like all these bands, every band I fill in for, they name a song that I don't know that I didn't have to learn for the set, and they're talking to me like I know it, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. And they're like, oh, they're like
my hard drive.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, that's one of our songs, and I was like, oh, well, let me know when you need me to learn it. You know, like not even like being for real, like because I'll learn it, but I just don't. I think that's what helps me is if I had to learn full discographies, dude, of all these bands, I don't think that's possible. No, that would be bullshit. Yeah. The only way I can do it is because
you need to you need to work on shows.
Yeah,
what you're
so
performing.
For this tour, since they're headlining, I only had to learn 6 songs for the last tour, and we're playing like all 6 of those, or like 5 out of 6 of those, which is sick.
Right.
So I only have to learn like 5 more songs.
Okay.
And they're not that. I think only one of them, I think, is from the new album. And that's the one Anthony Barone played on. So like that's definitely the hardest.
It's going to be tough.
Those are the hardest songs.
The dude is different.
But then I think there's, he's like a monster. So I think there's like 2 songs each from the other records that were like programmed drums. They're still fucking hard.
Right.
But it's not quite as bad as Anthony's crazy shit.
Doesn't he play really hard too?
Yeah, that's what's crazy is like not only does he play like 300 BPM, like not even switch blast, like one-handed 300, and he also hits like heavy. A fucking adult. Yeah, dude. I think
it was him that I saw a video of like gravity blasting or something or whatever.
His gravities are
so
unreal.
Loud.
Yeah, dude.
That's nuts.
That's why when I filled in, like I don't know how to do the switch blast. I kind of wish I did because it would make it easier for me.
Yeah.
But I pushed myself to do it one-handed because I was just like, well, fuck. I want this to sound as good as possible, and I want it to be as close to Anthony as it could be.
Yeah.
So I just fucking drank a bang. It was just like, oh, fuck it, here we go. And just like hoped. Yeah. And it worked out fine.
Nice.
Somehow. I don't understand. 300 is bullshit, dude.
Yeah, dude. That shouldn't even exist.
I agree. Honestly, anything 250 and above, I'm just like sweating, dude. I'm like, this.
That's a lot.
This
man.
is fucking fast, dude. 230, 240 is fast as shit. Anything above that, I'm like,
why?
Yeah, dude, why? Fuck it.
Yeah, I wrote this riff at 200, but let's see what it sounds like at 300.
So, there was actually one of the songs that I learned for the Shadow set is like The Return, and it's like one of their most played songs on Spotify. So there, like a lot of people were asking for that, and we only played it for like 2 shows because even like I felt bad. I was worried that I was going to be the one complaining about it, but thankfully, literally every single person in the band was like, this song's too fast. Like, we should just... And so we just didn't play it anymore. And I was like, thank fuck. I was like, at least I'm not the only one, you know, like... But it's one of those riffs.
Yeah.
It's like... It's just like, dude.
Get out of here.
He's like, yeah, no. Chris was like, yeah, I'm good. We don't have to play this one.
Have you seen or heard of that band... I don't know how to say it. Paladin.
Yeah, that sounds really familiar.
They just got done with the tour with Allegiant and I forgot who else it was. And Fury?
Oh, that's sick.
I think so. I saw a video. It's like thrashy, but he has some power metal-ish vocals. It is awesome. I love it.
Damn,
they just put out a 3-song EP of Nevermore covers too.
Ooh,
3 covers.
sick,
Turned out awesome.
Dude.
But he plays guitar, the front man plays guitar like Brandon Ellis of Black Dahlia now. I mean, with a vibrato that you would never believe that's real. And he also does vocals. And it's like he does some growly stuff, but it also sounds very like Iron Maiden, Judas Priest-ish at times. Yeah, dude. His vocal vibrato is like just as crazy.
That's not even fair for people to be that talented.
Yeah, and I saw a video of them playing live, and he starts introducing the next song, saying, you know, this is a really hard song to play live, and we all fucking hate playing it. You know?
Oh, no way.
It goes into it.
Oh, that's funny as fuck.
It is nuts. Watching him play all the shit on guitar and sing, it's unreal. Like, how do you even do that? It's very inspiring.
Yeah, it's just anyone that can play and sing any instrument.
It's hard.
It's just is like unbelievable, dude. I'm like,
I don't know how Dave Mustaine does it. He can just like talk like a weirdo.
Yeah, just while he riffs.
As he's fucking riffing to shit.
It makes no sense at all, dude.
That's more like
unbelievable.
Drum coordination, I guess, right?
And dude, that shit is hard as fuck. I was a huge Under Oath fan growing up.
Yeah.
I tried I still cannot play. And those drum parts are like they're not hard, but they're really cool.
Mm-hmm.
But it is so fucking hard to play those parts and sing at the same time and sound good doing both. Specifically that part. It's like, it's bullshit, dude. I still can't do it. I'm like, how?
Why
dude?
would you do that?
It's so badass, but it's just like, Jesus, dude. I have so much respect for any musician that can do that shit, dude. It's unbelievable.
Multi-instrumental.
Yeah. I can barely play drums. I'm like, I can barely do one thing semi-okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm good at singing. I just like doing it. It's a great release for me.
Yeah, it's fun.
But I would love to. Another big goal of mine is, I know it's not going to happen until I'm like in my mid-30s probably, but I've always wanted to do an album where I do vocals and drums on it.
Yeah.
Because it would be sick. And it'd be like R&B type shit, because that's like my favorite type of like singing and shit to do.
That's
like,
cool.
Yeah, like Justin Timberlake, Hiatus Coyote, but male, you know?
Yeah.
It would be sick. With real drum beans, dude.
Let's do a JT cover.
I'm all about it, dude.
Dude, I would love to.
Let's
all
about it.
Off the first album.
That'd be grown as shit. I'm down for whatever.
I always wanted to do what was it? Senorita or Cry Me a River, maybe.
Oh, Cry Me a River is amazing. Yeah. I actually have it in my wallet as a goal, like to play drums for Justin Timberlake.
That would be awesome.
It's like so far-fetched from happening, but it's like, fuck it.
Probably just now because it's all, you just got so much metal and stuff going on. And other stuff. And
that's the thing.
I don't know about the paths crossing.
I'm literally
right
only in the metal world. Like that's the only thing I get called for, which is cool.
So you got to start doing R&B covers.
But yeah, I got to start doing some other shit.
Hey, that goes back to earlier when I was strong-arming you into recording something. We could do like a little... what I was going to say earlier was, even if you were just like jamming and testing your system out, if you sent me a 1-minute clip of you jamming, I could do something with that.
Yeah,
that's
true.
more of what I was asking for.
That's
not
true.
like, let's just sit down and come up with something, because you got too much other shit. But anyway, if we did something like that, like you could just be jamming along to a JT cover. If you section out like 2 minutes of it and give it to me, you could just do like a little mini cover, and then you could come over and do some vocals.
That would be dope.
Yeah.
And we could do that with metal too, because I always just like to get levels. Usually I'll just like fuck around with some like literally just random metal shit, chops or something. That would be grown.
Yeah, dude.
Honestly,
we could share release content that way. Would you guys like that?
Would be sick.
Huh?
Honestly, it would probably. I guarantee you, I have some shit on my computer right now that I don't have released. That I'll just send you, and then you could just write guitar.
And I'll poop all over it.
Yeah, dude. Because I'm sure I have video for it too. Which
that's cool.
Be grown.
That'd be even cooler. Yeah, dude. I can editing little videos together like that. I do it all on my phone.
No way.
Yeah, because since I have the Axe-8 set up.
Yeah.
Everything is plugged into the interface. It's all automatic. I have session file already loaded up for just like a riff, like for video release stuff, like little bitty covers or whatever. And I'll record the entire thing, put drums to it, bounce it down, and then as I'm actually playing it, I'll record video of myself playing, the take that I use.
Yeah.
And then I'll put what?
Baby
I'll
Christ.
put that bounce down file, audio file, and that video into iMovie, sync it up, and then that's it. I mean, that is it.
That's so grown.
But if I wanted to do something splicing back and forth with you, I'd probably do that on my desktop. But I have a program that I can do that.
We could do picture-in-picture too, because I usually I already do that with FootCam. But I've only been doing FootCam for a couple videos, so my older videos won't have it. So there's plenty of space to just do picture-in-picture. I use this cheap ass, dude. It's sick. My whole recording setup, including my laptop and including my video editing interface or program, is literally like all less than $1,500.
That's good.
But it works, so I don't care.
Yeah.
But my video editing program is like it was like $60 one time. And I can do.
I think that's
kind of
what I have. Movie Suite thing from Sony Vegas.
Oh, that's
I guess,
sick.
I guess like Epiphone to Gibson or something.
Okay.
It's like
That's
a
sick
light
though.
version.
That's legit though.
Yeah, it does the trick. I don't need.
I have mine's called like
crazy.
Wondershare Filmora 9.
I love it.
I don't know what the hell that is, but it works.
Sounds like a
So
rainforest.
it's grown. I can do like guitar playthroughs and shit, like 3 or 4 angle.
Yeah.
I did a couple of those for Sam and shit.
Nice.
So I'm like, I can do whatever I need in it. So I'm like, I don't be caring. Fuck 'em.
We all about the production.
Hell damn. You better believe it.
Do you have anything this year, 2019, that you knowingly and admittedly regret doing or not doing?
Oh man. I think there was something that I could have done. Yeah, I mean, it was kind of weird, but so there was a Aaron Staconnor that plays drums for Faceless now. He was in Rings for like 4 years, you know.
Yeah.
He also is filled in for Born of Osiris. Okay, I actually, before he got called, I got the call to fill in for Born of Osiris. But this is so fucked, dude. So I got the call from EJ Shannon, who is the Faceless manager. That's how I even like knew him.
Right.
But this is so crazy. It was while I was in, like, Ken from Abigail had picked me up he called me last minute to see if I wanted to track drums for the Lord Mantis album.
Yeah.
So last minute he came and picked me up. I packed real quick and we drove like 14 hours to Chicago to write this Lord Mantis album and record it in like a week.
Yeah.
And while I was there, EJ lives in Chicago, but I had just gotten a new phone. So I didn't have like almost any numbers saved.
Yeah.
And because I was in Chicago. So while I was in Chicago, I got that call. He just called me. This is fucked. He called me one time, didn't leave me a voicemail, didn't leave me a text message, just called me one time, and that was it. So I assumed that it was like, that's why I didn't pick it up, was because I was in Chicago, so I thought I knew my location was on, so I thought I was like getting a robocall. So I just ignored it.
Right.
2 weeks goes by. I messaged that number. I was like, let me see. Because I think maybe he sent me something else, and I still didn't know who it was.
Okay, yeah.
And that's when I was like, hey, sorry, who is this? I got a new phone. And he said EJ. And I was like, wait, EJ. And then I traced it back, and I saw that he was the one that called me then. And I was like, oh, hey. I was like, oh, by the way, what did you call me like 2 weeks ago for? Like, literally was like, oh, no big deal. I just wanted to see if you could fill in for Boo, but I got it covered. And I was like, dude, you're not even going to send me. You're not even going to text me. You're not even going to leave me a voice. I would have called you right back and been like, yes, I don't even care how much I'm getting paid. I'm doing it. Like, even though I knew it would have been fine.
Yeah.
But so, yeah.
Damn, that sucks.
Yeah. So that was like one of the biggest thing that I was like, just kind of salty because I have loved that band for like.
That'd be an opportunity.
Yeah. I mean, it's still fine. And Aaron deserves it because he rips. But I was just like, holy fuck. That would have been huge for me.
Yeah.
But, oh well.
Damn it, man.
Yeah. There's still going to be a bunch of cool shit that happens that's also like yet to have happened that's going to be like really cool that I'm excited for.
We can't talk about it, though.
No. But there's always, something that I'm like, God damn it. That would have been grown.
Yeah.
That would have been pretty porny to happen.
Maybe it's just not the time right now, man.
No, but that's what I learned. That's like one of the main things I've learned is that like everything that has happened to me in my life has happened for a reason, and it's been good for me. Even the worst shit that has happened in my life, I don't regret it. Or I wouldn't go back and change anything.
Right.
Even though sometimes that sounds crazy, and I'm like, are you sure? But I'm like, no, yeah. Like
if you really think about the results,
I really wouldn't change anything because if all of that bullshit wouldn't have happened, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah. I feel the same way.
So it's like, damn. Yeah, like literally the worst stuff that we've been through. I'm like, you know what? It did, and especially in the moment, it was terrible. Yep. But now, in hindsight, it's like, you know what though? I learned this because of it, this because of it. Now I'm this way because of it. It's like, well, fuck.
It needed to happen.
It did. It sucks the way it happened.
Yeah.
But it's like, fuck it though.
It's gross.
It's sick. It turned out sick. So it's like, fuck it.
Yeah.
So I don't question. Me bringing that up is because I just don't question stuff anymore. So like, even though I'm like, it would have been cool to do that, I know that it didn't happen for some reason.
Yeah.
And even though I don't know exactly what it is now, I'll find out soon, and then I'll be like, oh, well, good thing that didn't happen.
Yeah, especially because it wasn't your choice. Like, you didn't choose against not doing it. You know?
Exactly. And I think that's the main thing. Is it's like anytime something like that really happens, it's like, okay,
it's just disappointing. That's all.
Yeah.
But you don't. You'll be.
The universe throws me other shit, dude. Like that's how when I got the Australia offer, dude, from Galactic Empire, that was one of those moments when it was like, it was so obvious. The universe was like, here you go. Because my only fucking tattoo is a Mandalorian Boba Fett tattoo, and then I have to fill in for a Star Wars band, and then I have to be Boba Fett. Like, get the fuck out! Like, get out of here! They're like, the odds are just like, that's just bullshit. Like, that was like getting slapped in the face. Like, okay, like
that's cool.
You know what I mean?
I did not even make that connection. That's awesome,
dude. That's why me and Clay from Polyphia and Cameron Sather were on like a little road trip with our friend. We went down to see our friend Cameron Carbone in Austin to have like a drum day.
Yeah.
And while like we slept over there and we were gonna leave, and like when I woke up that morning for us to leave, we were like, we're gonna go have one more shed session. And I woke up with a message from Grant McFarland. And I was like, yo, this guy's fucking famous. I was like, I've watched his YouTube videos for like 10 years. I was like, why the fuck is he messaging me? Open it. And he's like, yo, would you be available to fill in for a tour? And I was like, wait a minute. You're only in one band now, and it's a Star Wars band. I was like, wait, is it for Galactic? And he's like, yes. And I was like, oh my God. And then he was like, oh, I should probably let you know it's an Australia tour. And I was like, oh my God. Because that was number one on my bucket list. So I like, when he said that one, I like
dropped the phone?
I dropped my phone. I like started crying right there. And Cameron,
he's hello,
and like, dude, and both Camerons and Clay, because this was over Facebook Messenger.
Yeah.
So both Camerons and Clay were like, yo, dude, are you okay? What's wrong? And I was like, no, it's good tears. I was like, I promise. And then I showed them, and they were like, yo, that's crazy. And then I told him, I was like, I'm about to send you a picture of why this is like so weird for me. And I was like, I only have one tattoo. This is what it is. And I sent it. He goes, dude, ... That's fucking weird. Then he told me that the person that they were gonna ask to do the gig was Anthony Barone, who I was literally about to, I hadn't left yet, but I already had my flight booked to fill in for the first Shadow tour.
Right.
So I was like, wait a minute. So
it's all connected, man.
Yeah, dude. It just, and after getting more details, literally I had a show with Circuit of Suns for Car Bomb CD release show at the end of October. And then I had to start the Abigail Williams tour that we just finished like at the beginning of November. I was like, tell me the dates of this tour, because I was like, I do have like 2 things that I have to do. And I was like, so the window's small. Dude, literally to the day, I had to be there for practice like the day after the circuit show. And then I landed in the US like the day I needed to start the Abigail tour. So I was like,
amazing.
When he told me that, I was like, okay, there's no way I'm not getting this. Like, there's no way that this isn't happening. And I mean, I was definitely nervous about it because it was like really scary for multiple reasons, because the music was hard. Australia was scary. It was like super big bucket list for me, and playing in that costume was so fucking hard. So I was like super nervous.
Right.
But I knew, because of all that shit, I knew that there was no way that I wasn't going to do well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, the universe isn't going to give me this for me to bomb this.
Right.
You know? I don't know why I knew that, but it's just like, dude, this is
awesome.
This is too many signs. Like, this is just fucking unbelievable. So when shit like that happens, that's why I don't get upset about little missed opportunities or here and there, because it's like the universe always comes back and they're like, here you go, you know? And it's like, I'm glad you didn't get upset about that, because here you go. And I'm like, okay, sick.
That is awesome.
It's so crazy, dude.
I love that.
It's fucking unreal.
Do you have any new voices or anything that you've been mildly obsessed with, accent voice-wise, this year?
Not new ones, but the 2 that I just cannot stop doing is the British one.
All right.
And yeah, like the Cockney British one, and like the super Southern. Hey, what's that? Son, bitch, I was sitting on the John the other day taking my shit.
I was pooping my pants 16 minutes before that. You know what I mean? I was down in Timbuktu. I had to get an Uber over here telling them, hey, man, I need some fucking tinfoil back here in the seat so I don't shit your car out. You know what I mean? I ain't paying for this. You know what I mean? This is baby God taking hold of my insides. I'm not paying for this. You can bill him. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that.
I don't know why. It's just like I can't stop doing that one. It's like super fun for me.
What about the British?
And then touring with
the British.
That Shadow of Intent tour was with fucking Ingested. And so being surrounded by them, I just couldn't stop. I was like, yeah, man, look, so check it out, mate. So look, here's the thing, yeah? I'm going to go do the sound check, right? And then as soon as I'm done checking me drums, we go out for like a bite or something, like a fish or chips or something.
Maybe a pint.
You know what I mean? Yeah, mate, like I don't drink, mate, but if you blokes fancy a pint, yeah, you can do whatever, you know what I mean? It's like really good, right? So like a lot of like, I say a lot, yeah, and then you need like a lot reassurance, right? So you say yeah after like pretty much everything, or right. That's pretty much the whole thing right there.
Right.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Yeah, right. Mate, yeah.
It's so fun, dude.
You make me feel like a little baby when you do your accents. I think that I could do a decent job, and then I hear you and like, okay, I'm not gonna...
I just do get super obsessive about it, and then like I want it to be as good as possible.
So you research.
So both times I've been to like Europe and the UK, I've made it a point to like ask for tips from like actual British people. And because I want them to guess where I'm from.
Yeah.
And if they call me out, then I'm like, okay, well, what could I do better? And then they'll help. They'll seriously help you.
That's
and
crazy.
So I've gotten to the point where like I got this like Cockney one down, and the last time I was there, dude, I fooled like 8 actual British people, like a good amount of them, and they couldn't. Granted, some of them were drunk, so it was like easier.
Yeah,
it was fun. But those are the most fun ones,
right?
You know. But then I'll ask them where they think I'm from, and then they'll say something, and then I'm like, yeah, and then they'll just go along with
corner,
it.
yeah.
They'll say something like, somebody said Cheshire one time. I was like, we were talking outside of a hotel, and this guy came up, and he's like, you got a fag, mate? Could I bum a fag? And I was like, yeah, man, here you go, mate. And I gave him like one of my friend's cigarettes, and he was like, thanks, cheers, man. And I was like, yeah, man.
Right.
We were just going back and forth. He's like, where are you guys from? Yeah. And I was like, oh, I don't know. I was like, where you think I'm from, mate?
Right.
I was like, if you had to take a guess, yeah, take a guess right now. Just me and you, mate. We're just here having like a good time, yeah. So just between us, right? Just where you think I'm from. And he was like, ooh, sounds like Cheshire. And I was like, yeah. And then that was it. So that's where he thought I was from, like the rest of the night. Nice. And it was sick. And I was just like, so I just go along with it. As long as they name somewhere that's an actual place, I'm like, okay, cool.
You got it. And then it's just imprinted in their head.
Yeah.
So.
And then I'll try to remember that when I go back.
And then when you say bye, you're like, all right, cool, man. See you later. Like, wait, what?
I will say the bassist that does all the Europe, the actual bassist of Abigail Williams lives in Ireland. Mm-hmm. He's like super Irish and he's awesome. But he can't get into the States still because of something that happened from this tour back in the day.
Yeah.
So he can only do like the European tours. So actually where Ingested is from, we were in Manchester, and he had a friend come out to the show. And he was like, yo, I can't really do an Irish accent because it's really hard.
Yeah.
But he was like, all right, Bryce. He's like, I want you to do something for me. He's like, I want you to like fake your accent. Do your fake accent. British accent, yeah. And I was like, okay. And he's like, and then do your Texan accent, like your normal voice. But he was like, just wait till I cue you, because he's like, I want to fool my friend. And so he introduced me as like somebody else. He introduced me as Dave from the like, and he said somewhere in the UK, and we played it off, dude, with this guy for like 2 hours. And then he was like, "Oi, Bryce, why don't you show the lad your ID there?" And I pulled it out, and it said Texas, and he was like, "Wait a tick.
what is this? Wait a minute. He's like, so you moved to Texas or?
And he looked at me and he was like, "No." And that's when I did like my Texan accent.
And he was like, wait a minute. He was like, wait, which one are you? Which is which?
Neither. Yeah, and that's when I was like, and I had to spill the beans because I felt bad. But I was like, "No, yeah, dude, I'm from Texas." And he was like, "What the fuck, man? That's crazy, man." It was fucking funny.
That's great.
So it felt
That's
great.
a good challenge,
I
man.
actually like. That's all I wanted to do was like just fool at least one actual British person.
Yeah, that takes a lot because I would think that some impressions that I do, I get to certain words or certain sounds.
That's what you're worried about. Is
and
that
I don't.
You'll blow it.
Yeah, and I get a certain word. I think,
You'll say it
I don't know
wrong.
how that's said.
Yeah,
I-
and you just go for it. And
Yeah.
if you're right, if you're sick. But if you blow it, you're like
Watermelon.
They're like, "Wait a minute,
You tricked me.
You tricked me, you
That
son.
ain't how we say watermelons.
You some bitchin'. That ain't what I said.
I've been saying that recently. I've been adding
Some
the-
bitcher?
No, the M. I've been adding the M on heck. How the heck'em are you?
oh, that's fucking
What
funny."
the heck'em is that? I don't even know where I heard or got that from, but it's just stuck in my
That's
head.
cute. I like that.
Heck 'em.
I've been using it.
What the Sam Hill's going on
What
up
the
here,
heck
man?
'em?
What the heck 'em peck 'em?
Is there, since you're doing this, for your livelihood and you've got goals and you want to get another drum set and stuff, is there any way that people out there could help you by doing anything specific or like buying anything or anything at all that would help get you where you want to be quicker?
I mean, that's a good
I'm not.
question.
I'm
That's
not.
really sweet.
I'm not putting you out to ask for donations.
No, yeah,
but,
because I would feel weird doing that.
like, what's the best way
But
to
at least-
support Bryce?
I am gonna do this thing soon, which is like I need to do this soon because it will really help me. But I had those Blast Fast Eat Ass shirts, a while
that's
ago.
right, yeah.
But I sold out of them. It took like a little while, but it was like I still didn't expect to even sell them all, so it's crazy. But I want to do basically that, but a lot more stuff.
Yeah.
And a lot like way more than that. Obviously, not just that shirt, but like some shirts about like positivity even and shit like that.
Yeah, that'd be a
So
good idea.
probably the best way is just from that store. It's like it'll be like a big cartel store, and I have it set up now where you can get like drum heads and like sticks and shit. But I don't really have anything else yet. But I gotta set up this on demand.
Need some slogans and some
Yeah.
phrases.
I gotta set up some on demand merch stuff so that I can get because I want to put this stuff on a lot of stuff. Like it won't be just limited to like just shirts this time.
Yeah.
I want to do a bunch of stuff.
like some.
Like hats even and
Grinders.
shit. Yeah, no, straight up, I do want to do Blast Fast Eat Ass grinders. Like,
Yeah.
for sure. Like that was like I've decided that a while ago.
Grind fast, grind ass.
Grind fast, eat ass. That's kind of weird, but whatever. Fuck it.
Yeah, check out my new speed grinders. 300 BPMs.
But yeah,
That's it, dude.
That's probably the best. That would probably be the best.
Be like Bryce.
Or just
be real nice.
Or just buy any album that I've played on.
Name it. Name it, dog.
Fuck it.
Throw it out.
Any of them.
Put them on display.
Any of them some bitches, dude. Because there's a couple, two, three.
couple,
There's
two, three of them.
3 of them.
2, 3 of them.
Yeah, that'd probably just be the only way. I don't be having like a McPatreon,
Yeah.
a patron.
I started to work on an episode by myself of just doing some voices and random
Oh man,
shit.
that would be awesome.
But I keep deleting. I've done it like 3 times and I delete everything because
Damn
I think I get really self-conscious. I
Yeah.
think it sounds terrible.
I would too.
But
You should just
I
keep
want to
it.
do
Just
it.
Fuck it.
I want to do it one day
That would be
because
so
I enjoy.
sick.
I enjoy it, but I think what it is I don't have a good plan of what to do. I should probably pick some characters or something specific.
That's
you know.
dude. This is so lame. I do.
Do you do?
I do
Do
do.
you do?
I do. I do a lot of notes in my phone because it's just like the easiest way for me to keep up with stuff.
Yeah, me too. Me 3.
But I started
Voice notes.
writing down like the names, potential names of my characters, at least just to help.
Yeah.
So like that country guy is Clydesdale Butterfinger.
Yeah.
The British accent is Nigel Beatrix III.
Okay.
And the Italian accent is Tony Baloney.
Tony Baloney.
Tony Baloney.
Tony Baloney.
Yo, how you doing over there with your shoes and your t-shirt? Can I get 2 or 3 meatballs? Tony Baloney
There was
to go. Thank
what
you.
What is the one that I do with? But like, I want a burger. Give me a burger and some fries. Burger and fries.
That's so good.
Milkshake.
Yeah.
Give me a cola. Chantel hates my Louisiana Cajun
that's probably
because I
amazing.
exaggerate the shit.
But that's why it's so good.
I don't know what I'm doing though.
Let me hear it.
But I just try to exaggerate
Let's hear it.
I get on to it. Or like French. I try if I had like something to.
Je peux te
I'm
faire
trying.
boire. Je peux faire
do you have anything? This just like really hard. Yeah, but no.
Did you have anything for me?
God, it's like my fake.
If I have, I'm getting them all crossed now. I
know.
I can't focus on
That's
one.
what's really funny is whenever you just accidentally combine two and it sounds all fucked up.
Yeah,
You're like,
I have
what
to
was
transition. I have to just run with it. That's like
My
changing lanes.
Changing. God, it's so funny.
Damn it! I can't think of any other things, names, people, voices. It's so weird watching your mouth because the notes don't line up with your mouth movements. Yeah, we could do do like a couple of songs that way.
Dude, we should.
Just some noises.
Couple bean sprouts. That was one of the things I really liked about JT's like later albums. So was when he started. Well, I mean, I guess he's always done that, and that's like why part of what made him popular is just that he would do like all the background stuff. Like instead of it being actual MIDI instruments or something, he would just do it with his mouth. That's fucking badass.
It's cheap too.
Yeah, right. It's pretty smart.
So it's Senorita, and there's another one.
Cry Me a Bean Sprout.
No, it's what is the first
Cry Me a Bean Sprout
song on that album?
On Justified.
Yeah.
Let me look it up.
What is that one?
Justified. What a grown. He's a grown man, dude. Yeah, dude. That album rips fucking hard. Senorita is number one. Make one.
Okay, what's the second one?
Like I Love You.
That's the one.
Ooh, damn, yeah, that is.
How does that go?
Rock Your
How
Body
does that
rips.
Start off.
That song, that song was written for Michael Jackson. And he said no.
What?
Yeah, Rock Your Body was apparently written for Michael Jackson, and he was like, nah, that ain't. He was like, that ain't me.
No, that's not me. I don't. That's not my style.
That's not my style at all. Thank you.
That's my style.
God of hell.
How does it start?
I'll pull it up right now.
Blip chicken sandwich, where your balls at? Where your nut meats at? Where your balls at?
It definitely doesn't start like that.
I don't think it does.
Where your nut meats? Say little biscuit hair, where your nut meats at? Where your ball meats?
Here we go.
Oh, that's it. Well, because
I'm trying to put my
I think the
hands
earlier JT sounds very Jackson-esque.
Dude, it's so good, dude. 83 million views on this fucking video, dude. What Goes Around is good, too. What goes around, goes around.
That's, yeah.
Comes all the way. Oh, dude, that shit rips. Yeah, dude. Dude.
The end part.
Cry me. Yeah. Oh, my God. It's so good, dude. How old was he when
14.
he had been doing that? Probably young as
Probably
a bean sprout.
under a 20.
Justin Timberlake. Juxton. Damn it, pulled up a bunch of unflattering photos of him. That was very rude. That was very rude of you, Google. He's 38 now. Damn, he's still young as beans.
38?
Bro.
Damn, dude, he's old. He's older than me.
Dude, wow. Okay.
He's a hair older than I am.
Early life.
When Justin was a little boy, he danced and sang for many people.
Dude, he joined NSYNC
at 12.
when he was fucking 14 years old.
I knew it.
95. He was born in 81. That
is nuts,
unbelievable, dude.
I don't even believe it.
I'm looking at it and I don't believe it.
Wikipedia is fucking wrong.
I'm looking at the truth here right now. The undisputed truth.
Do you care about the new Bill and Ted movie?
Couldn't be wrong. Is that a thing? Is that gonna happen?
Oh yeah, they shared some pictures the other day.
That's a good movie.
I'm down. The Reaper's gonna be in it again.
Okay, so Justified came out in 2002, which means he was 21.
Jeez.
That is incredible, dude.
Man, I can't imagine the attention. How can you stay sane with all the attention and all? He always seems so happy though.
You know how many pussies that guy knocked out?
Probably a couple.
When he was, especially in the prime time, you know what I mean? From probably 18 to 25.
Might have had one or two.
He probably had a couple.
Just every day.
Hundreds. Jesus.
Every
Lord.
day.
Dude, God.
All he does is, all he would have to do is post a video.
That's the thing, though. Like, people want to be
famous.
famous, you know what I mean? Because it would be cool. But then you got to think about that side of it.
Mm-hmm.
That would suck.
That's
that would
work,
like
man.
actually suck.
That's work.
Yeah, dude. You're that famous and you're like popping off. You're like in one of the most popular things on the planet or right now.
That's scary.
That's
a lot of weight on the shoulders.
Want that.
Yeah.
I would definitely never want that level.
I mean,
success.
yeah, imagine getting on an airplane and everyone knowing who you are.
Yeah. That's scary.
Immediately.
That's scary. Because, I mean,
it's
here's
weird,
the
man.
thing. I'm not even famous. And I've had...
You're recognizable.
There's been like one or two people at shows that have already been like literally insane, that have like threatened to kill me. And there's no logic. Like, they're actually insane. I did nothing wrong. I'm literally just having fun and having a good time. They don't even know who I am. But they just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So once you get to that level, dude, that would be just, I mean, it makes sense why they have security.
Exactly.
And shit. It's just, that is just scary, dude. Like,
yeah.
Dude, that many people knowing that much shit about you or can just look stuff up about you on the internet. Like, it's
kind of gross.
Yeah, it is kind of scary.
It's kind of disgusting.
I want a big platform to, like, say a lot of stuff, but holy hell, not that big.
Yeah.
Jesus, dude.
Get away from me.
Yeah, dude. Pass.
I just want some groceries.
That would suck, dude.
Dude, Bryce! Dude, I got my drumsticks in the truck. Let me go get them real quick.
I've heard stories. I mean, I have I have some friend or something that works at a grocery store, like in New York somewhere. And they say that like Bill Nye and shit has come in multiple times and that he's a dick.
Damn, that sucks.
But it kind of sucks. But it kind of puts it in perspective. It's like, can you imagine though being that fucking recognizable and then you can't go anywhere?
Does he walk around with a bow tie all the time?
I'm
because
sure
if he doesn't, you know someone's gonna say, "Oh, where's the tie?"
Oh, dude, he will.
He hears it 3,000 times a day, so he has to wear a tie every day.
But that's the thing, dude. That let's be real. That's enough to make this is scary, but that's enough to make a person snap, dude.
Yeah.
Like hearing cheesy ass fucking stupid jokes all the goddamn.
I haven't heard that one before.
Good one. He's just like, oh, like, you know what I mean? Holy hell, dude. That's cool, but at the same time, it's like, wow.
I don't want it.
I would not want that at all.
Ew. I wonder what James Hetfield is.
Oh,
what he
man.
gets.
That is crazy.
I mean, because that's a crazy community, man.
It is.
And these people are dying.
I mean, look at Dimebag
hard.
and shit, dude.
Yeah.
Look what happened to Dimebag. I mean, that's obviously an extreme and a scary situation.
Right,
but it proves that it's possible.
Yeah, people just get whatever they get in their head.
Somebody gets so obsessed with something that you did, if you stop doing it, even if it's completely justified, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
They'll kill you over it. What the fuck,
Fucking
dude?
insane, man.
That's unbelievable, man. That's fucked up.
I can't understand why people do little things that they do that just makes you shake your head. But then you go and do something like that. Like, dude, you fucking ended someone's life. You took away the potential of some wonderful music, some wonderful time, wonderful things for so many people.
Yeah.
That one person took it away. That's nuts to think about.
It is insane, dude.
And how fucking selfish are you?
I know. It's unbelievable.
Asshole.
It's unbelievable. God, he was such a badass artist, dude.
Yeah, damn it.
I know.
His fans get so much shit. I don't want to talk shit. I've crossed paths with many people that just throw out the name and it's I don't know what kind of attention that they were. I'm referring to like a long time ago.
Yeah.
Just name dropping in general, and I just didn't like the way people would be on stage and like throw out his name, and it seemed like they were using the name to get the crowd interaction instead of using your own music and voice, you know. So I was never one for that, but I loved that dude and what he played. I never met him. I was close to meeting him one time, but never met him.
Yeah.
So and I feel like a lot of other people are the same way. They never met him, but they throw it out there like they knew him, and that's cool because apparently he was that way where he's not hiding anything, so everybody kind of did know him in a way.
Right.
But like I said, it was almost in a name dropping kind of way, and abusing saying the name and having that reaction, in Texas.
See, that is something that I did want to talk about, though, because it is very strange to me. I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense, but obviously he had to deal with it like on a massive scale because he was like famous as fuck. Mm-hmm. But even me now, dude, there's been a bunch of times when I'm having to learn that I think I might have to reword some of the things that I say online, because you know how I always say I love you to people and shit online. Mm-hmm. Okay. There's been like some weird stuff happen though because of that. Like, where I'm coming from, but there's some people, dude, I've had like multiple stalkers type thing that they'll call me their best friend and shit and be like, I'm so glad that we're best. And we literally never talk. They'll comment on one of my videos or something, and I'll just say something nice back. Mm-hmm. That's literally it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's weird. Like,
it's very weird. That's another thing that almost...
It's flattering, but it's like, holy fuck, dude.
Yeah.
So you do... I'm trying to like maybe be more careful about who I say that to. Yeah. Even though I have good intentions, it's like, that's like kind of weird to some people. Mm-hmm. And then on the... Not even necessarily like the I love you part, but just... Man, just being nice to people, some people take that so far, dude. Like, there's people online that say, I mean, the messaging thing is like a little far because it's like kind of weird. But there's people that not too far from that will post online and then tag me in a post. Or sometimes it's even scarier if they don't tag me in the post. It's act like we're best friends, or like make up a story or something about how we hung out, and it like didn't happen. Or like, I like don't... I was just nice to them one time, or I'm nice to them.
Yeah,
like,
they saw the situation completely different than you saw it.
And it's like, dude, that's weird.
It is weird. If you shake or slap hands with somebody and you think like, oh, what's up? Finally got to meet you in person. Cool.
Yeah.
Then you move on to the next person. And then in their eyes, it was like, oh my God, I got to meet Bryce.
We hung out.
Yeah, we hung out.
We're super close now.
That's weird.
I would be close with you. Dude, you know me. Like, if I don't care who it is, if somebody ever needs to talk or whatever and somebody reaches out and says something sweet, I will 1000%. Granted, I am getting like way busier now, and I do get kind of overwhelmed with messages sometimes. So sometimes it does take me a while to, even like some of my best friends, just because I have so many messages sometimes to go through. Not to sound weird, but just because I'll put it off, and then the next day I'll get like 10 messages from 10 different people,
right? And
then I don't want to deal with it, so I put it off, and then the next, you know what I mean? It just piles up, dude. So sometimes it takes me a while to get back to people. I feel bad, but it's very strange that sometimes I like don't even talk to people at all, and then they're telling people, oh, we're best friends. Oh, we talk all the time. It's just, that's so weird to me.
It's a weird thing.
Yeah.
Like delusional a little bit.
That's, I don't want to say that this sounds like weird. I definitely don't think I'm cooler than anyone, so I don't want this to come off that way. It tends to seem like the only reason that people do this, the pattern of people doing this, it's usually with more popular people.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And it's so that they will in turn inherit some of that popularity just by being associated with that person. Mm-hmm. So on that level, I get why you would do it. That's just strange to me. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Strange behavior.
It's just like, do you really think that lying it's just strange? Do you think that we're just going to go along with it and be like, yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, it was a good time we had that day.
Yeah, that was sick. We're best friends. Like, we never talk, but you know what I mean? Like, what? It's just very strange to me. And it's conflicting because, obviously I don't want to be rude, and especially in this industry, dude, in anything, word of mouth travels quickly, but especially in music and in the metal community.
Yeah, because it gets judged so hard.
Dude, word travels fast.
Yeah.
So all it would take for me to be like, for somebody to be canceled or whatever you want to call it, is for some kid like that. This is how it would go. I'd just be having a bad day, and then something like that would like kind of set me off, and I would say something rude, and then they would like screenshot it, or like it would get taken out of context, or something would happen, and then it would spread this.
Everybody thinks Bryce is nice, but check this shit out.
Exactly, dude.
They called me a poo-poo head.
I mean, obviously, I would never I'm not worried about that because I don't call people names. And
right.
I'm not
I feel like you'd probably just ignore if there was something.
Or if I would call something out, I'm never. Here's my thing. I would never resort to something as low as like a personal attack.
Yeah.
That's just very childish. Like, it's just very like low of someone. Like if someone is giving you criticism or something, trying to help you, and then you just resort to like, or someone's just trying to be nice and then you resort to like a person, that's so stupid. Yeah. So I would definitely never do that. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if somebody was just like, oh, I'm your best friend, and then I just was like, actually, dude, we've never fucking met.
Not at all.
I don't even fucking know you. Out of context, that could absolutely, I mean, I'd have to word it the right way. But no matter what, somebody could screenshot it, even leave out some things that were said.
Mm-hmm.
You know how it goes, and then just send this whole distortion of what happened. That's fucking scary, though, dude.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
It's dumb, but you know, you have to think also about people's definition of things. What is one person's interpretation of best friend and one other person's? Because I have
that is true.
My best friend is Brent Wiggins in California that I've known for a very long time. Chantel is also my best friend because she's my wife.
Yeah.
And those are my two best friends. And, you know, for a while, I would consider Brent my best friend as just like, I've got one best friend. But a lot of people out there have several best friends.
I have
so
a lot.
Maybe it's not.
I consider
it's not the same, you know?
Well, and that's good that you bring that up because it is just perspective and how people are different. Mm-hmm. And so I say, and because I do have a lot of best friends, I guess when I say that, I mean that there are a decent amount of people that I'm very close to. Yeah. But that's also because I'm just a very emotional and open person. So I could meet someone like tomorrow, and if they're that right type of person, if anywhere as open or something as me, they could be my best friend like right then. Yeah. You know what I mean? It doesn't take, I'm not the type of person that my best friend is like only somebody that because there's not really many people in my life that have been there very long. Mm-hmm. There's only like one or two people that have been in my life even as long as like since I was 15. Wow. Like no one longer than that. There's not one person in my life that was there before I was 15, which is weird.
It is weird.
You know?
But I mean, I guess it's not necessarily. It's a long time and people move and
but like I said, it's also that has a lot to do with the fact that, like we said, like at the beginning of this, that I was bullied a lot, mm-hmm. and I never even really had any real friends. Like I only had 3 or 4 friends through high school at all. Yeah. And then even then, only some of them were like real friends. And then it's just because I didn't care about school, and I only cared about music, and I was obsessed. I knew exactly what I wanted to do. None of them were like that at all. Yeah. They all had theirs. Mine. It's just like normal. Everyone has their goals and what they want to do, and so they go their separate ways, and that's fine. But it wasn't until after that, that I started making some of these longer connections, I guess. But I guess if you want to boil it down, even though I'm close to like a lot of people, I guess I really do only have like 2 or 3 people that I would consider like best friends. Mm-hmm. But I'm close,
like legit.
But yeah, I still do definitely say I have a lot of best friends because there are like a lot of people that I do consider myself.
Just call them better friends.
Close to. Yeah, it's weird.
Real good friends.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a weird thing. Labels are weird.
Yeah, labels are freaking dumb. Actually,
labels are dumb. Label makers go out of business.
Okay.
Fake news.
Bryce, I love you, and I hope all your wildest dreams come true.
Thank you. I love you
and
too.
I really thank you for being here with me to do this. I don't have anything else on this gigantic list of stuff that I had.
That's sick.
This has been
that makes me
really
happy.
Cool. Do you have anything else that you want to mention or throw out there?
I don't think so. We have covered a lot of shit, actually.
It's been fun.
Yeah, it's been sick.
Maybe you can join me on a voiceover episode and we can
I would love
plot
that,
something.
I would love that. That would be so fucking cool.
I think Stephen Mashburn's pretty good at it too.
Oh, dude,
So
that would be
awesome. Him and I did some Gollum impressions back and forth.
No way.
Yeah,
oh my
God.
God.
That was pretty fun.
That would be so cool.
We'll work something out. I also have to pee really bad.
That's fair.
I think my bladder exploded.
I hope not. I could piss too, dude.
All right. Well, that's nice. That's great. This has been this has been a podcast. Bryce Butler. See you around.
See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Rusty's Escape Pod. Rusty's Escape Pod.